All right, we live.
All right, what's up? All right, should I go? I'm gonna go on my Facebook Live.
Dude, so you got some freaking margarita strawberry. Ooh.
Cause I didn't know what you wanted.
I'm gonna take a shot right now. Thanks for pulling up, Kenny.
Bro, you my dude. You my man. We've been trying to do this forever.
I got you. Does you
so I bought the red cups for us.
Look at bro, if we fancy with the Elijah Craig.
You shut the front door.
Oh, I even got some maple syrup right there too.
So this stuff right here is real good too. But this is for your dad.
Yeah.
Because that'll just fuck me and you up. That'll just. Oh shit! I didn't. Can we cuss?
What's that?
Can we cuss?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I didn't know.
You can say whatever you want, G.
Yeah.
So, to the people that are tuning in, this is my dog Kenny.
What up?
We've known each other for about a little bit over a year now. We met.
It's about 2 years.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It's about 2 or 3 years. When I first saw you, I was like, "Oh, look at boy band," because you was some pretty boy band looking dude. and then I found out you was a rapper. I was like, "This dude rap?" I was like, "Man, what the hell?"
Oh man.
I was like, "Hold on, let me go on my Facebook Live."
You know, and then so we met throwing newspapers, and I swear to God, this is the coolest guy I've ever met in my entire life.
Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. I'm gonna go Facebook Live. Tell my boy to hit me up on Facebook Live. So this dude's just inviting me to Amsterdam.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you what to invite me to Amsterdam for. Say, yo, this is the setup, command. I'm gonna go Facebook Live so you can see it on Facebook Live. So it's a nice little setup. That's my boy.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, brother?
So it's oh, you're at the office, huh?
Yeah, I'm in the office.
Look at you looking all dignified. Man, I hate smart black people. You're too smart. He looks all smart. I want to be smart like you. Y'all should see my boy right here. My boy commit. So he's like this dude. We've like old school LA. I mean, LA, what it is. People like to talk shit about it, but if you know the ins and out of LA, it's a different vibe because you know where to go and not to go. If you're not from there and you're trying to go there and trying to be famous, that's just not gonna work. That's like winning the lotto. That's just not gonna work. You got to know the right people. Suck some good dick, boy, cat, dog, doesn't matter.
That's not what you do.
That shit is just like some crazy ass shit in LA. But stay away from the honey trap. I mean, it could be a honey trap. Some dude might say, you know, he'll drive in his little, and they don't give two fucks about what you are. If you're good looking, you're just a target. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, hey, come in. I'm gonna go Facebook Live so you can see it live, so I can talk to the people. And go from there. Oh, by the way.
So what's the subject? What are
you know, this is our first time going on, so we're going to just talk and fill it out, and then we're going to go as we go on.
We're going to talk about everything.
We're going to talk about everything. I'm going to call my girls in. I got some girls in Europe. I got a girl in Brazil. We're going to call to talk about different guys, dating scenes, you know, stuff like that, and just go by here. Then later on, we'll figure out, process what's going on, get feedback from people, then do question and answers on the street, obviously. You know, stuff like that. So, you know,
show me around.
it's not a tour. This is it. It's like it's a studio. So this is it.
Flip the camera if you want.
See, this is the camera.
It's just, yeah. It's
so just, and this is it. This is ours right here. I'm gonna go Facebook Live so you can see what it looks like.
I don't have Facebook.
I'll go live and I'll send it to you.
Oh, cool. Send me a link.
I'll send it to you. All right, my friend.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you, guys.
All right, man.
Okay, cool.
Stay blessed.
All right.
Nice meeting you, bro.
Oh,
yeah. My boy commit. So hold on, let me go Facebook.
Nah, do your thing, bro. Keep doing your thing.
So I gotta tell you a funny story when I go live. So basically, what I was gonna say was, and he writes out scripts too. So he writes scripts. He's a guy for Drama Wire. He has a studio. So if you go to LA, we have the studio in LA. So he's the one who wanted to fund the whole thing.
I remember.
And he was like, "Can you come out here?" I was like, "You know what? It's so hot. I'm cool, and I'm not trying to travel right now. I'm back and forth,
right?
And then I have to get back to work." So I was like, "My boy got something. If you want to fund us, you know, blah blah blah, get us some sponsors." And he was like,
"Bro,
yeah.
that's a good homie right there."
So, but I've been dealing with this guy forever. Let me go Facebook Live. So
I need to go out in LA and
come up.
We need to make some moves out there.
Oh, I got some people.
Hell yeah.
And they go Facebook Live. Oh, look at Ariana. Oh, rich Jewish bitch. She's fine as shit. Her mom is like, oh, Hold on, Facebook Live.
Hey, get out of our business, girl.
Oh, not. Oh, look how friendly she is now. Let me go Facebook Live. How they do this? Where is it? Okay. Loading. Go live.
Yeah, this shit right here was bomb. I want to try this actually. I'm not gonna lie.
That's for grown men.
That Elijah Craig. This shit would put some hair on your chest, huh?
That is some grown man stuff right there. Stuff for your dad. Let me see if I can.
My dad will fucking. Woo. I got a tripod. You want me to whip it out?
For this?
Yeah, for your phone. Let me see. Where'd I put it? It's right here.
Oh, look at this cat. Is that your microphone?
Ready? Put this. That's all you got to do is pull that thing out a little bit,
Let me switch this over.
and then I'll cut all this stuff out in the video, so
It's okay.
we're chilling.
You know what I'll do is
I know your phone's huge. Then switch the camera.
no, I'll put it like this.
Or set it right here. On this thing right here.
I was gonna put it on top of this. So
Or here, watch. Remove this.
all right.
I have it angled a little bit. Do your thing, G. We got Kenny in the background setting up his Facebook Live, y'all. He's got to get his people tuned in.
There we go.
I appreciate you, man. Now we've got your people tuned in. Now we've got my video on.
Nobody likes me.
Shut up. Everybody fuck with you, Kenny.
Nobody likes me.
Everybody fuck with you, bro.
Nobody likes me. So anyway,
We the top dogs everywhere we go.
nobody likes me. Look at that. See, dogs love me. There's this one dog that just barks at me. I don't get it.
You know who got me this dog?
What's her name? Mimi.
Sweetheart, bro.
Yeah.
I thought she always hated me.
I thought she hated everybody.
She set me up for success with her.
Yeah, I thought she hated everybody. So anyway, I got a funny story. So I know most of you guys think I'm some kind of heathen, but I do wear the cross. And so it's so funny. So when girls ask me, they go, "Why do you like? Are you religious or something? Why do you wear the cross?" And I'm just straight up honest. I'm like, listen, this ain't nothing but a pussy trap. They're like, what do you mean? They're like, church pussy is the best pussy. That's what I'm just saying. And
Yeah.
people are like, how could you say that? That is the most just ridiculous, profound statement that you can say. I was like, no, think about it. I go, they always claim to be at home. They want a good guy. They're not going to cheat on you. Me, I'm a cheat on her. So I'm just saying, well, not on everybody, but I'm just saying.
My God.
So the cross has got me so much church pussy. I'm not going to go to hell because heaven or hell, I'm a good person.
Right.
You act like preachers don't be fucking his congregant. What word I'm looking for?
A lot of those sick pastors always be doing some
What word I'm
crazy
looking
shit.
for? The congregation.
Oh yeah.
And people go, what's your faith? Do you believe in? Do you believe that? Are you a Christian? Are you a Baptist? Are you a Catholic? I'm like, look, whatever gave me the most pussy, that's what I am.
Oh my God. Kenny, that's.
But I'm a nice guy. I mean, I don't come at women like I'm not a dog. I mean, I'm just being honest. I don't come at women like, yo, bitch, take off the panties right now. Like,
All right,
I'm very respectful.
To follow that, what religion have you experienced to be the craziest, to have the craziest woman? Following back off what you just said. Which religion has the craziest woman, you think?
I mean, Jehovah Witness?
You think so?
Yeah, Jehovah Witness.
Holy shit.
Have you ever been to a Jehovah Witness swinger party? Oh! Like a Jehovah Witness, go to a Jehovah Witness swinger party.
They're crazy, huh?
Jehovah Witness swinger party. Yeah, Jehovah Witness.
You crazy.
No, bro, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not like a horror monger or anything like that. Honestly,
You's a freak.
to be real. No, bro. I was a virgin until I was like 24.
Yeah, you got me beat.
So I didn't fuck around. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wanted to fuck girls. I just didn't know how to talk to women.
Right.
Like I was a clown. I was like a class
You had to
clown.
master the talk.
I didn't know, bro. I was a class clown. I didn't know my beauty until later on in life. And girls were like,
No
"You're so
shit.
cute." But I had a cock blocking best friend. Oh, that nigga was a cock blocker. Oh, that motherfucker was a cock blocker.
they're the
Because he
worst.
was he was more advanced to me. So
he was able to pick up game and
No,
get
well-
the woman first and shit.
the nigga looked like Herman Monster's little son. So I was a good looking dude. So
Oh
I'm not.
my
I mean,
gosh.
I think I'm still kind of good looking. So dude knew girls would like me, but I was so fucking goofy, and so he would be like, "Yeah,
I got the buttons to push this shit.
oh, I thought God was like, you better shut up. I thought God was telling me to shut the hell up. So anyway, so dude
Oh,
would just wait for all the girls, like, oh, look at that guy, he's so cute, blah, blah, blah,
wow,
you know. And I was just
yeah.
like a clown, I didn't know, and so the girls would come
picked
back.
up a lot later.
It took me a while to figure it out. I mean, like I
Damn.
said, I was a clown. I didn't drink, I didn't party, I didn't do anything.
That's interesting.
Honestly, I thought I was going to be in the NFL, like all kids did.
What was your position?
I played everything, you know.
Really?
Yeah, I got in college, and I found out that white guys were good. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? Why is this white guy good?
Yeah, because they just in the weight
Because in
room.
high school, some of them sucked, but there was this high school that was by us that was like, you know, I went to a predominantly black school. We had some white boys at our school, but the white boys at our school was just like some rough English white boys.
No
White boys,
shit.
yeah, they were tough. They were badass white boys.
Corn
Like,
fed.
I wouldn't say corn fed. They were just white boys who grew up around niggas that would fuck another white boy up because they was down with us, but
Right.
it's hard to explain.
They just didn't grow up with all the normal white boy shit.
Nah. Well, they did white boy shit. I mean, they went to the river.
Wow.
They listened to Led Zeppelin, all that crazy
What
shit.
the fuck?
But they
It's
were
a whole
just-
different breed, huh?
These motherfuckers were just tough. But anyway, they were our boys. So
Wow.
anyway, so when I got in college, it was different because I intertwined with a lot of different people, and there was
Right.
a guy that that I went to school with. Actually, I think he's like 2 years older than me, but I remember him from high school. So when we went to college, we were in the same college team, and in your head, because you grew up thinking like you're the greatest, you're the best, because that's instilled in your mind, being a black
yeah.
athlete. So you're just, you're the best.
Not
I'm
even
better
just a
than you.
black athlete. I always
And-
thought I was the best.
And it was just fuck. They still, you're, and you watch TV, all your heroes is like Muhammad Ali.
Right.
Mine was back in the day.
No shit.
Dr. J. So you get, and you're a black hero. So you're just thinking like, oh shit, I can beat this white boy. Man, I got in college. Those white boys fucked me up. They just fucked. And usually they were quick. They were fast. The one white kid I'm talking about, he went to Claremont High. Ricky Hatfield. Oh my God. As a matter
You
of fact,
still remember his
yeah,
name
I talked to
too?
Rick. Yeah, I saw
Oh
Rick on
my
Facebook.
God.
and Rick was like Batman because we watched game film. And
Yeah.
this motherfucker was making every tackle. And then you see him, he's like this little dude. And he's muscular, but he was so
Right.
fucking tough. Definitely should have been in NFL.
No shit.
Yeah, definitely. He said that I talked to him. He got a chance to go to the 49ers, but he decided not to.
Why? That's a
Because,
bag, bro.
Well, he's smart,
CTE, all that
he's
shit.
smart, and he didn't want to put on the weight.
Yeah.
And he's a smart guy. He's doing really well.
Dude,
Matter of
I
fact,
am.
supposed to see Rick, and supposed to see Rick on the 4th. And so when I was in high school, it was kind of funny because I was in high school. I'm that guy who got hurt his senior fucking year.
Wow.
I got hurt my senior year. I got hurt in passing league, and so it was some guys. Like I said, I played football my whole life. Like I said, I just knew I was going to be in NFL. And I started a couple of games. I got on varsity my junior year. Started, I took over a position for a guy who was like one of the best players or whatever. I guess he was all league or whatever. But I ended up taking his position from him. Something like the 6th or 7th game, 7th or 8th game or something. I don't know what it was, but I know I got a lot of PT and I was doing really well. And I was like, yeah. It got to the point where I was like, man, I should be getting some letters from these schools. So letters wasn't sending me schools. So I started sending letters to myself. My homies come up, oh, look at this letter from UCLA.
Wow.
Like, I send that letter to myself. So,
No way.
I was sending letters to
That's
myself. My homies coming in.
hilarious.
And then I remember,
Get that congratulations.
yeah, like, oh, shit,
Yeah.
I was sending letters to myself.
Wow. That's a skit, bro. That's funny.
Just be funny. And so I remember my senior year, not my senior year, it was my junior year. We played against a school called Altaloma, and it was this Samoan, and we didn't have too many Samoans where I grew up at. And this Samoan kid was fucking incredible. His name was Michael Smith.
Holy shit.
This dude was so good. And anyway, I had the best game of my life ever. And I don't want to be Al Bundy, but fucking I'm Al Bundy. I'm with my hands down my pants. And this kid, man, Michael, I did good, man. I did good. And so at the end of the game, like I was the underclassman, so they gave the ball to.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was underclassman, so they gave the ball to a senior, and I was so pissed off. So we were in the locker room changing,
Yeah.
and so he left the ball, and if you're looking for that ball, I stole that ball.
Right.
This is the game ball. I deserved it. So if you're still looking for the game ball, I know you got the game ball, but I stole the game ball because I deserved it. So this is the game ball.
What the fuck is he?
This is the game ball, bro. Honestly.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I sold that in high school because I deserved it. So everyone was like, "What happened to this game ball?" And I was like, I was happening like, hey, I was like trying to help me look for the game ball and shit. I was like, "Where's the game ball?" I was like, "Man, whoever took the ball, man, we need to fuck him up."
Wow.
Yeah, I deserve the game ball. I'm not gonna tell you who the person is, but
Fucking Kenny.
yeah, I sold the game ball.
That's hilarious,
Yeah.
bro.
Back in the day.
That's a good story.
No more Al Bundy stories.
That's a good story. That's a good story. I love that. That's funny as fuck. I was wondering why you brought the football. That's a good story.
Not because of Al Bundy.
That's funny. That's good. Yeah, I played football for 15 years. I started when I was 4 years old. Yeah, my mom and my stepdad, I don't know what it was, but we lived in this small city called Holbrook. And they just, at a young age, were like, we're going to pay the $50 or
Arizona?
whatever. Yeah. Yeah, and it was tackle football.
Oh.
So it was like I was like a turtle. Every time I would get hit, coach would have to come run, grab my jersey, pull me up.
Yeah.
I played till my senior year, and I was really, really good. And then I was making music.
Yeah.
I opened up for Wu-Tang.
Yeah, I saw the videos.
I did all
Oh
kinds.
yes, I saw that. I remember.
I was in a weird relationship with this girl in high school, and I was just focused on the wrong things.
Is she still around?
I contact her every once in a while. We still talk every once in a while and see each other and stuff like
Like
that.
a threesome. What's up? We'll show her.
She probably would, but
Threesome.
life is so weird and strange, man. It could take you in any direction. That's why you have to be on a swivel. You got to be 10 toes. You gotta dream. Shit, this me right here.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, brother. Here, let me pour a little bit.
But anyway, yeah. So we haven't came with a name yet for the podcast. I have my boy in LA for DramaWire.com. We're trying to coordinate with him. Also trying to coordinate with my boy in England, David, English Dave,
That's some good shit.
for Homie in the Book. So we're trying to wrap it all in one. I tried to hit up Shiva the Diva. I don't know what Shiva the Diva. She went ghost on me. It's all right, Shiva. It's all right. So
Freaking.
everything will work out. Also, so I travel a lot. People say they travel, but no, motherfucker, I really do it. I have
For real though.
67 countries. As a matter of fact, hold on one second.
I know. I
just went to a shot. Hold
I
on.
need to join you on that shit, bro. I've been out of stay still for a minute.
It is so dope traveling. I mean,
That Elijah Craig hit, huh?
oh, that hit.
That should be. Whew.
Oh, that hits. So I'm on like my third passport. I keep my passport in my bag with me.
Hardball, bro.
These are all my different stamps, all the different countries, from Morocco to Egypt
Holy shit.
to I went to Saudi Arabia, South Africa,
Holy fuck.
Germany, obviously Brazil, England. That's like my second home.
What's Suda?
To Suez Canal.
Wow.
It's between Egypt and
What's it like over there?
yeah. Oh, that shit was dope, bro.
Really?
I think Americans get bad information because those people are so nice.
The news
When
is
you're
all
there,
fucked up
The
too.
news is so fucked up. Like I know for me, I was just getting shown so much love. Morocco was dope as shit too.
Kenny, of course you
So
would.
Morocco was dope.
Look at your picture, bro. That's so fire, bro. Good for you.
Yeah, man, good times. Like I say, traveling there's nothing like it. So my boy just hit me up. I'm not going to tell you, Joe, when he walked up, I was waiting for him, and my boy was calling me. He was like, "Hey, you feel like going to Amsterdam next week?" I'm like, "Oh man, I can. I'm supposed to go to Germany with my son on Sunday."
Wow.
And my boy's like, "No, you want to go to Amsterdam?" I'm not going to tell you he's in Amsterdam, but all I can tell you is there's going to be a lot of fucking, and I'm trying to be a part of it. That's it. That's it. I mean,
there's gonna be a lot of fucking.
I mean, and
That's awesome, dude.
but
You deserve it though, because I mean, how old are you?
all the shit. I'm not gonna. You'll never know. I'm
Let me
Peter
see,
Pan.
let me guess.
No, you will never guess.
Let me guess.
You will never.
48.
Thank you, but no.
52.
I'm not gonna. Hey, camera, bro. I'm trying to,
All right. But look, what I guess the moral of the story is, at your age, you deserve as much pussy as you can get, bro.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I have one kid, which he's the dopest kid. He's an asshole, but he's the dopest kid. My son Jordan. If you're
Shout out.
if you're my Facebook friend or you follow me on any social media, you'll see I always post about my son. It's all love. My son is basically, he tries to advise me about everything. My son thinks he's my dad.
Right. He's like, what you doing?
Yeah, he always, man. It's a great
so
relationship.
funny.
So I was the type of dad that, like, if you were a parent, you hated me, but if you was my son's friends, you loved me. So I got my son a fake ID when he was, I didn't get him a fake ID when he was 15. My son basically hung out with me when he was 15.
Right.
I took him to all the clubs, all the party spots.
Which is cool because why hide it from me when you can do it with me and then be safe?
Man, and because of this, he's matured so much earlier.
Right. People don't
It's out of his
understand that
system.
shit because now these
Way out of his
kids hiding, lying, doing all this shit behind closed. Like none of it's fucked up.
He's a good dude. And
Good.
like I would consider my son one of my best. Actually, he's my best friend, even though he's an asshole. He lost my car one time. I mean, that's a whole different story. Did I tell you the story? He lost my car.
Your car?
Yeah, I had a Jeep. He lost it. And we still don't know where the fucking Jeep's at.
How the fuck?
I don't know. He lost my
bro?
Jeep. I was in Europe somewhere, fucking around,
You know
trying to
what
be
that-
cool.
You're getting pussy.
Yeah, I was.
Hey,
I was
there's
having
only
fun.
one thing that can distract a man from his mission.
I was having fun, but I had a Jeep Wrangler 2000. It was a 1990. I want to say 5 or 96.
Damn.
Jeep Wrangler. It was dope.
Those are expensive too.
Two-door. It was so nice, and I used to use it. You know, put my surfboards and all. Yeah, I know how to surf. I know how to surf. So
Fucking Kenny.
I had my surfboards and stuff in there, and it was just nice. I used to take it to like Havasu. It was a cool little vehicle.
So what's the story?
So I had bought another Jeep,
Yeah.
and so the Jeep I have 9, the 4-door.
Super badass. Yeah.
And so I was in Europe, so I told Jordan, if you pick up my Jeep, you're gonna drive my other Jeep. But give up my other Jeep, I was gonna give it to my brother.
Right.
And my son's like, okay. And so I was in Europe for about a year, and I come back and I go, where's my other car? He goes, oh, it's gone. I go, what do you mean it's gone? He goes, it's gone. I go, you check where it's at? He goes, no, it's gone. And I'm like, well, what's going on? He goes, I know it's missing. I was like, what do you mean it's missing? I mean, I don't want to say too much on it, but the Jeep is gone. I don't know if it was a bad drug deal or some shit.
Dude.
I know my other Jeep, I got it back, and the license plates are just done. I mean, it's all good. I'm not tripping. It's material shit.
Yeah, you have to
it's
let
just a
certain
good
things
story.
go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I let it go, but damn.
Damn! That's a fucking niche right there. Yeah.
And the funny thing is,
You got money, Kenny. We know
no,
that.
I don't have no money. Bullshit. So the funny thing about it is, I've
really-
never hit my son in my life. Never hit my son. Never spanked him. Never did anything for my son.
Well, you just gotta give him that look or what?
No, he'll kick my ass now. My son's bad. Oh, bro, I saw my son knock somebody out. Well, not knock him out. I don't want to incriminate. That is a long time
You've
ago.
seen him fuck somebody else.
I've seen him beat up a grown man when he was 16. Actually,
So you knew.
actually, he didn't beat up a grown man. He punched a grown
You're
man.
like, yeah, he's got my blood.
We were at. I got millions of stories. We were at the Golden Globes. Yes, I was at the Golden Globes. Golden Globes. See, let me clap. Can I get something on that? I know you got some tricks on that.
I know I got something.
So I was at the Golden Globes. Yeah. So I was at the Golden Globes, and like I say, my son at a certain age, he used to travel. He did everything with me. So he had his friend Keaton, you son of a bitch. And so Keaton and my son, they were at have you ever been to a Hollywood red carpet event like the Oscars, the Emmys, or ESPN, ESPYs? Yes, I've done all that shit. And the bars, it's just top notch shit. I mean, everything.
I bet you packed to the brim.
Oh, everything top notch, and you see everybody who you. It's so funny because living in LA is different because you see people you think you know. If you think you know that person, that means you've seen them on TV or commercials. So
but you don't really know them. You just think you know
them
them
because you see them all the time.
Right.
And so
crazy, isn't it weird?
Yeah, it's
weird because you see them so much, you think you know them.
Yeah,
but they've never seen
you before. Yeah, do you see them like, oh, and it's like, oh shit, that motherfucker don't know me. That's such and such. He's in this TV show. Oh, that's such and such.
That all the time.
So it's like, oh shit. So, but you kind of get used to it in LA. But anyway, make a long story short. So my son and Keaton, Keaton, you little fucker. Keaton, they got so fucking wasted. They're like 16 or 17. So we're leaving, and at the Golden Globes, at these big events, they close off these big boulevards. I think it was Wilshire and Little Santa Monica. They shut off.
Oh,
so my
shit.
son, and so you can't leave the area. So you leave the area, you got to catch a cab, or you have to go somewhere to get your car because they shuttle you in. And this,
I bet you it's just packed.
it's just packed. I mean, everyone's there. It's just, you see everyone. And so you got to have a ticket to go to certain areas. So we're leaving, and I go, okay, I got to follow my son because then they're a little drunk and make sure everything's okay. So I'm walking up to see him and Keaton, and I just see my son punch this grown man, and a grown man falls down. I run over
Holy shit.
Jordan, what the fuck? What's
He probably disrespected
Jordan's
him
like,
or
yeah, he
something.
said, oh, he did. He was fucking with Keaton. And I was like,
Yeah.
bro, what the fuck is Jordan? Get out of here. He goes, Dad. This is like, no, Jordan, you need to fucking leave. We're in Beverly Hills. I got a cab driver. Get the fuck out of here. The cab driver's like, no. He goes to jail. He goes to jail. I was like, no. He doesn't go to jail. So Jordan Keaton's left. The cops showed up. And they're like, so what happened? He goes, well, he's his father. He called him Dad. I was like, nah, Dad's my nickname. I'm a rapper, bro. That's my nickname. That's my nickname. And so the cop was like, Dad's your nickname. I was like, yeah, I'm a rapper. So you don't know, that guy's like, no, I don't know who that kid was. I just saw him. I was trying to help him out. Maybe he's confused because he got knocked the fuck out. I don't know.
Right.
But
everything was happening so quick. You're just trying to get this guy out of here.
So after that, I knew I couldn't beat up my son. I was like, God damn, I should have beat his ass when he was little. After that. And then I saw some of his Fight Club videos.
Oh, he's a scrapper.
Yeah, he was you know what? He was a boxer. And his mom got him into boxing. His mom was like a gangster bitch. But
that's hardball, dude.
He's a pretty boy like you.
But he's got these hands.
Oh, he got hands, so it's deceiving because he's really nice.
Shit.
So he's been boxing pretty much his whole life. So his Fight Club,
That's intimidating.
he would like win all his fights, or just in his Fight Club. So, but he's a nice guy. So when thugs would try to approach him, this happened to me in high school a lot too. I won some, lost some, but my son would play the whole blah blah blah.
He can get along with everybody.
Oh, he got along with everybody, but some people, because he was nice and he did weird ass shit. Because my son, he did weird shit. Son's half white, so he did that weird white boy shit. Walking around in Speedos and shit. Like, nigga, put some Bermuda shorts on. You know, you're nuts. What the fuck? Cut that white boy shit out, Jordan. And so Jordan.
It's okay, we all do it. Just kidding.
Jordan did some weird white boy shit. The white half did weird shit. The black half, he was cool, but that white boy half, he did some weird shit.
That ain't for me.
That ain't for me. Actually, I did some white boy shit. A lot of white boy shit too. So anyway, Jordan. So the gangsters would try to approach Jordan to talk shit, and Jordan was like, look, I either embarrass you right here in front of everybody, or we can go somewhere and fight.
Because I'm not with it. Yeah.
You don't got no weapons, let's do this, but I will fuck you up. And I've seen him just talk to people calmly, but he's about that shit. We were in London one time. Yeah, so
I think every man needs that low key.
But he's cool, but he will fuck you up. And we were in London one time, and American black dudes in England.
I wish you got me.
We win. Because English, I love you motherfuckers. I love my English brothers, but y'all some fucking assholes. You guys do not know how to treat women. I mean,
why is that?
I don't know, bro. They're assholes.
Is it the way they talk to women, or
they have like super duper pimp game how they treat their women out there? Right. I mean, that Notting Hill motherfucker, he doesn't really exist. I mean, I know women go, oh, I want to meet an English guy. It's like, really? I mean, I'm not saying all of them are bad, but through me and my son experience, and we talked about it. The way they treat their women. I mean, we're after the same thing, but we have a little bit tact about it. Like, if an English guy buy a woman a drink, can
I ask you a question? Yes. So, is it true in this dynamic where, women outside of the United States want men from the United States and then they say, all we care about is money. We're always so I need money because that's how America is, right? And then women in America are always like, I need a man outside of the United States, so they try to go get. It's different. Women want men from the States, and the men want a woman that out of the States because of the lifestyle that women live here.
I would contribute. It's something like this. When you're in high school and you see the girl at the different high school, you're like, oh shit, she's bad because
She's
She's
different.
different. She's different from different high school.
Yeah.
And I think that's how I work with women. To me, I think women are the same around the world. There's no difference. I think guys who say that shit, I think they're just, I wouldn't say weak-minded, but for me, I can meet women anywhere. And the most beautiful women to me ever. I love Arizona. I think there's beautiful women in Arizona, but in LA, there's such variety.
Just everybody goes to LA. Huh?
It's just such a variety of fucking hot women. And
Man.
so, like, I've been in Brazil. I lived in Brazil, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I lived in Brazil.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, so I got this tattoo. As a matter of fact, we got to call it Brazilian.
Damn.
Yeah, I lived in Brazil for like, that's a funny story. Brazil. I lived in Brazil for 10 months. Was in Australia for about 2 or 3 months. Australia was different.
Really?
It's not like, I mean, it just, I didn't feel the vibe. I mean,
Just different people treated you weird?
no, I mean, it's just, basically, I mean, I have some good friends there, but it's just, the culture difference, it's like way different.
Really?
Yeah, they don't, I mean, it's cool. I mean,
It's just a whole different lifestyle, right? Or
they're all about their culture, and anybody who tries to impede on their culture, they'll be like, fuck off, no.
right. Like,
they're
so if
just
you were like, hey, have you heard Lil Baby or all this?
They listen to it, but they're really about their
This is
shit.
what we're doing.
And
You're
this
either
is
gonna
my
join
opinion
it
from
or
what I've
not.
seen. And I wasn't there long enough, but I do
And
have
this is
friends.
Australia?
But I have my Australian friends. They're really about their culture. They're really about.
Did you ever
preserving
pick up
things.
on their accent or anything like that?
Yeah, but you know, I used to like growing up. You know, being an American, you confused with the South African dialect with the English dialect with the Australian dialect. But you know, now since I started traveling, I can tell you where they're from right away. And in England now, I can tell you what part of the country they're from, because it's like, okay, they're from the Brom, they're from Liverpool, they're from West Ham. You can tell they're Cockney, they're from London. I can tell now
what area they're from.
Yeah, what area they're from. At first, I couldn't do it, but now I can do it. But yeah,
dude, Kenny, you are the coolest motherfucker
no, I'm
on
not.
the planet.
There's some
bro.
people who hate
I hope
me.
you
There's
know
some
that.
people who hate me.
I just
There's some
hope you
people
know
who don't
that,
like me.
bro. You're cool, bro. That's one of a lot of people.
I know who don't like me. The guy who I stole the game ball from. Yeah, but you didn't deserve it, so I stole it when you weren't looking.
He's got it.
You better get this shit back. Coach, you
Dude.
give me the game ball, so I stole this shit.
You should
Anyway,
put that in a light box, bro, framed with the light on it, with the message behind it in bronze, saying it's mine now.
Time out. Keep talking about me. Hold on.
I was saying though, like, because there's a lot of people, such as myself, that like our number one mission in life is to escape the 9 to 5, to travel, to enjoy life, to explore and be adventurous. And the fact that you're doing it and you've got all these stories and stuff, it's admirable, you know. And a lot of people want to hear about it and love your stories because, like, you know, a lot of people live this lifestyle where it's very unfortunate, but millions of people live this life where you have to go wake up every day and do the same exact thing every day, and you're stuck in this cycle. And so everybody has these dreams, and you're stuck looking at a screen every day of what Brazil looks like, the UK, the London, Hollywood, and what the red carpet even looks like. And so, like, just seeing and hearing about what your stories and the things that you've gone through, it's fucking crazy. It's awesome, bro.
Lucky, very lucky, blessed.
It's blessed and highly favored.
Blessed by God.
You know what I mean?
Even though I'm in your house getting pussy, but I'm still blessed. I'm in your house getting all kinds of pussy, but I'm still blessed.
Bro, life is like what you make it, though, and
Honestly,
and
yeah.
it's not who you are, but what you know, but also what you're capable of bringing to that table.
Honestly, it was just growing up. I had friends growing up. You know, I'm literally from, like, I wouldn't say hood, but I'm from a black community.
Right.
And because of my vernacular, people don't think I'm from a black community. Like, oh, he must be from da da da. And I was like, no, dog's good. No, I'm a nigga for real. Like, because, you know, your vernacular.
But
people
you're
just
also
think,
intelligent. You're also fucking.
I would say I just know how to speak well. There's guys who are way smarter than me. I went to school with. I was a bad
There's always
student.
somebody smarter.
I wasn't too smart. I was lazy. It wasn't that I wasn't smart. I was a lazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
I just wanted to play around. I was
It's
a
too
clown.
easy. Yeah.
I was a
I
fucking
get
clown.
it, though.
I was lazy as fuck. But, you know, I figured it out later on in life. You know, I just remember, there was a transition in my life, I think my sophomore year,
Really?
where I started to do white boy
because
shit.
you were hood. You started off.
I wouldn't say
knowing
hood.
all
I wasn't
this
really
shit.
hood, but, you know, these are my dudes.
Right.
If shit went down, I would, you know, I fought people.
You were
know,
with it.
I was with it. I mean, I did get my ass kicked by Michael. Was it Michael Carter? Michael something. He beat my ass in 8th grade. I was talking shit.
You remember that shit?
Yeah, because that's I remember my fights. I have a record. So my fighting record. Like,
my brain is so fucked. Maybe because I'm such a pothead. I don't remember any of that
bro,
shit.
my record. I lost to. I think it was my first. No, Ricky Sharp beat me up one time. I was talking shit to Ricky Sharp in the 5th grade, and I was like, "Damn, okay, Ricky Sharp, king of the elementary school. Remember, had the king of the schools."
Yeah.
So my dumb ass tried to talk shit to Ricky Sharp. He fucked me up in the bathroom, in the stall. I remember my hands went into the toilet and shit. I was like, "Oh goddamn!" Because nigga, nigga hit me, and my head was over the toilet. Like, Ricky, stop! Ricky, stop! Oh, dude, he's like, stop! Because Ricky was about to beat the shit out of me. And then he goes, "You done?" Yeah, actually, he didn't say he's done. He said, "Yeah, motherfucker, keep talking shit." Because Ricky talked like a grown man when he was a little kid.
Are you dumb, motherfucker?
Yeah, I was like, "Yeah, man, Ricky."
Oh my god!
And I gave that nigga my carrot cake, my fucking honey buns.
I told 3rd grade.
Oh man, I told now later. So then they was gonna that nigga candy. Like, here you go, man. Don't fuck me up. So Ricky became my boy, but that was my first loss. And then I didn't get another loss until I think the 8th grade. I fought Michael. I was talking shit to Michael, not thinking, he was gonna fuck me up. That nigga fucked me up in the hallway.
Yeah.
And then we went to the principal office.
Holy
and
shit.
I just looked over. I was like, "All right, man, you got me."
Wow.
Because he beat my ass, bro. Nigga fucked me up in the hallway. Yeah. And the thing is, I tried to sneak a punch in his ass. So he was walking. I tried to sneak a punch. That nigga did some Bruce Lee shit on me. He must have said, he must have just watched the Bruce Lee movie or something. That motherfucker turned around and just like, 3-piece my ass. I was like, "Oh shit!" And by the time I realized what was going on, he was already on top of my ass. Like,
yeah. Well, I got humbled one time in high school by this wrestler like, growing up, I was always so cool with everybody. I didn't have a clique. So like, I would just, by lunchtime, I was that kind of fool that would be like, "All right, so it's lunchtime. I'm gonna say what's up to everybody." Yeah. So I would just walk around the whole entire lunch just saying what's up to people. Because everybody knows me. Yeah. So I just walked there like, "What up, G?" So I'll just walk over there, say what's up. But this one kid, he was a wrestler, and we were in front of all these cheerleaders. And I walked up to him, and I was like, "What up, dog? How you doing?" I dapped him up. And I think I said something. I was like, "Hey, bro, I didn't know you wrestle. I thought you should stick to baseball. That's because all he hits is home runs." And I was like,
"You good, G?"
Shit, I'm tipsy as fuck, but I roll with you. And so I was like, I said something trying to be all smooth killer.
It's not too much.
Shit, ain't nothing. I was like,
pour me a little bit, man. I feel like I gave you too much.
I was like, you should stick to those home runs, G. Cheers, brother. Ooh. I'm gonna be tipsy.
We'll be good.
When I was like, "How long you been wrestling?" I didn't know you wrestle. I don't know what he did.
Yeah.
To be honest, motherfucker got me in a headlock, threw me right on the floor in front
of Pretty Boy G. You used to fight,
bro, in a headlock.
Not you, Pretty
in front
Boy
of the
G.
cheerleaders,
Not
bro.
Pretty Boy G.
And I'm sitting there, fucking in the living room, in the fucking.
Damn, boy, you used to fight.
There's like 10 cheerleaders just sitting there, and I was like, they're tapping out.
Yeah.
He let me go, and I stood up, and I was like, "Bro, really, bro? My face was all red and shit."
Wait a minute.
I was like, "Bro, why'd you do that, dog?" I just walked off all embarrassed. I was like a sophomore.
See what you guys don't realize. See, in real life, Pretty Boy band G is like the man. So one day we were at work, and this girl who secretly I wanted to fuck, even though she dressed like a whore in a tramp, but I wanted to hit. I think everybody wanted to hit. I'm just some old bastard. Everybody wanted to hit. And so, G, go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was gonna put it to the mouth, but to
the head. So anyway, keep it real. So G, we're sitting at. Matter of fact, I got pictures of her, and
she a baddie.
And so G was just chilling at work, and he comes up to me, and goes, "Hey man, you know that girl? I said, "What girl?" "That girl over there. She just came up to me. I don't even think you knew her name." And she goes, she gave me her number. She said she likes me. So I was like, and I was looking at you, like, "You white privileged motherfucker, privileged ass motherfucker." I was like, I wanted to, and I was like, "God damn it!"
That's happened my whole life.
It was crazy. I was like, "This nigga." Then I remember, it's like, well, I am an old bastard, so I got no game on him.
Some chicks,
it was crazy.
I'm gonna give you some game.
Give me some game, homie. I'll take any game I can get. Besides church pussy, I'll take any game.
Some chicks think that some dudes are like too much.
Yeah.
So this is what I do. I ignore a bitch.
Yeah, just my.
I act
You
like
know
they
what?
don't
Yeah.
even exist.
Yes.
I don't even look at them. And so, like, in the corner of my preference, I'll see them pacing back and forth trying to get my attention, but I'm fucking still locked in, head down, doing something. And it tells them, oh, why isn't he acknowledging me? I'm a bad bitch. I'm like, I'm trying to get this guy's attention. Because she can fuck anyone she wants.
Yeah.
Realistically, all she's got to do is open her legs and point, come here. Any chick, really.
So
you
Yeah.
show them you ain't got what I need. I ain't
Yeah.
giving you attention.
yeah,
Dude, and then so when you do give them that quick attention, they're like, let me soak as much as I can of that in.
I was so goofy. I did that. I was so goofy, like I said, growing up,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that girls liked me. But my
Bro,
dickhead
you're
best
fucking
friend
dope.
did. My dickhead best friend did. So he would he would actually talk shit about me to other girls. Like there was this one, like I said, I was
There's
a
a lot
novice.
of dudes like that, bro.
I was a novice, and I didn't know,
I'll pet you.
I like girls. Girls would come to my house, and girls would come to my house at midnight, and I'd be like, "You want to watch TV? Let's watch some TV." and I'm like 21, 22. Like, you want to watch some TV?
It all
Like,
starts with the movie, though.
nah, bro. But I would want to watch the movie.
Right.
Like I was just
I've
so
been
not
there.
knowing, the situation.
Right.
I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I didn't party. I didn't start partying actually until I went to England.
Really?
You motherfuckers in England.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
How old were you?
I was like 40 something.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, I've never tried drugs.
Kid-
I did a little bit, but
Yeah,
I
but
smoked weed.
You
before,
got your
but-
mind on you put it on right, and then you went and enjoyed life.
Yeah, but when I went to England, I was like, "What is this?"
Whole different.
Oh my god! It's so in England or UK or whatever. It's not shunned upon like as in America.
Holy shit!
And I just remember a true story. I
I
just heard
remember you were
videos.
telling me you were like those chicks talk so bluntly. They're like, "Give me your cock."
We were at a nightclub, and of course the girls, they didn't give me any play, no love or whatever.
Yeah.
Unless only time I got play, unless I was buying drinks or they thought I was American. Or some girls some girls, not all. Some girls detest American
They
accents.
could just hear right off the
They
accent.
just hate American accent. Some girls,
No shit.
yeah. Some girls hate English, but the
What
girls
the
who do like
fuck?
it, well, politics and all that shit
Cultural
involved.
and shit. Yeah.
So they just think that all
They had a
Americans
bad
are this.
experience or some
Or
shit.
just shit they see on TV.
Yeah.
And so
That's weird how that shit works.
anyway, but there were some girls who do like the American accent. And so when I was going to England, I tell this to my son all the time. My son always laugh at me. So I like London, but I try to go to the most remote parts away from England, so there's no tourists, because I know they're not going to see any Americans. And so
because they're already fed up with the accents of all
But
the
they're so-
tourists coming all
yeah.
the time.
So I went to
Right.
Leeds, Manchester, Manny,
They're like, what the fuck are
Edinburgh.
you doing over here?
Yeah, and they all said the same thing.
Yeah, I'm from here.
No, they would say, this is what they would say, like, "Oh, fucking doing here then, yeah." It's like, no, ask your question, answer the question at the same time. You weird talking motherfuckers. Yeah, so go on then. What are you doing here then, mate? Yeah. It's like, wait a minute. You just asked me a question, answer the fucking question. Yeah. What are you doing here then? Yeah. Like, what? Whoa, slow the fuck down. First of all,
Do the accent where the gangers pulled up with, and they were like, "What color? What's the color? You listen to this music. What's the color you wearing, huh? Red or blue, huh?" They red and red, red and red. Where are you from? What gang you repping, huh?
So I was. I'm not gonna tell the city. I think I was in. Where
shit.
the fuck was I? I was in some shithole. I think I was in Croydon. Croydon is like in between London and South. Like Croydon is like outskirts of London. And I don't know. I was there. I don't know what the fuck I was doing there. I wasn't trying to get any. What they say? What do they use? The word gas, whatever
Trouble.
the fuck they say. No, that's what they call yash or whatever. I forgot.
Interesting.
That's what they call pussy. So yash or gash or whatever the fuck.
Gash.
So, gash, yash, or whatever the fuck they say
The
over there.
UK terms are freaking
so
out there.
And so I'm in Croydon, and these guys start talking to me, and they were like, "Oh no, it wasn't Croydon, it's fucking Birmingham."
I've heard of Birmingham.
I was in Birmingham. I was in Birmingham because
That shit's popping.
it
bro.
was two gangs. It was a gang. It was a big gang war at that time.
Right.
Where I think it's called the Jones Boys, and I forgot the other name of the gang, but the streets are divided. And my happy, lucky black ass was just walking around like Peter Pan, like just going in. They call it ants. I was going in and
what
out.
was going on.
you know, in America, you get so confused with your shit. You just think your hood is the hardest hood.
Right.
But there's hoods everywhere in the world that's hard too. Because people, they have a thing.
Hey,
to
y'all listen to that
so
shit.
it has nothing to do where you're from. It's just people, if you're anywhere, just respect where
you're
you're
not
at.
the center of the universe.
Yeah, we're not the center of the universe. So even like, you know, people, I'm from LA, they don't give a fuck about that. They will still stab the fuck out of you.
There's real people everywhere you go.
Arizona, anywhere, New Mexico, Alaska, they will fuck you up.
Birmingham's known for stabbings and shit like
really
that
bad.
too.
So
you need to watch and
it was a
shit.
big gang war. So I'm fucking around trying to find some jerk chicken because English food is like shitty. So I'm trying to find something similar to American black food. So they said jerk chicken.
Some southern food in the UK.
So I'm looking for this Jamaican place, and I'm just, as they call it, the ends. I'm fucking in, bruh. I'm walking around trying to find some place to eat. And I see these dudes looking at me. And I'm like, what the fuck are they like? And these motherfuckers on dirt bikes and shit. Look like a ragtag group of dudes.
Now, what are you doing, eh?
And they're like, yo, bruv. Oh, bruv. Oh, bruv. What you about then, yeah? Yeah, bruv. What you doing there, man? I was like, what? What you doing there, man?
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm like confused. I'm trying to figure out what he's saying. He's like, are you fucking deaf? Are you fucking deaf? What the fuck going on then? And then the dude's like, hold on, bruv. Hold on, bruv. Man has, he goes, they called me man. They goes, man has LA. You from LA, bruv? I'm like, yeah.
I love your accent, the way you try to translate it. I love it.
He's like, bruv, you from LA? I'm like, yeah. He goes, cuz, what are you doing around these ends? And I'm like,
oh, man.
I'm trying to get some chicken. He goes, bruv, you almost got, I forgot what he said. Basically, he showed me their knives.
Oh my God,
like, bruv, you almost got da-da-da-da. We don't fucking walk around these, da-da-da-da.
Whenever I see a knife, I'm like, oh my God.
And the dudes were like, he goes, well, fucking tell me about LA. I was like, bro, I'm not about that life. Like, I was born in LA. We moved to Pomona, but, you know, we still had gangs. So, what like then? I was like, bro, I didn't fucking go on gang tours and shit. But I can tell you stories that I've heard from friends who were about that life. And so it was just the weirdest shit. But they were going to fuck me up. Dude, but they ended up buying me some chicken and rice.
You talked yourself out of it. You were able
I didn't really talk to them. They heard my accent. And they knew I was American.
They were just testing you a little bit.
I didn't want to see. They wanted to know what the fuck I was doing in their neighborhood, just like any other place. And they were in a big gang war. Like seriously, they're still in that fucking gang war. It's like the Crips and Bloods out there, and they were gonna fuck me up.
Holy fuck, bro!
And another thing about the American accent over, so that the American accent got me out, me getting my ass beat. So I remember being at a nightclub. And so the English girls over there, like I said,
I'm feeling the liquor, by the way.
They English girls. So the girl heard my accent, and then the other girls. Some girls were like, because English guys sometimes they'll fake American accents,
right?
And it's crazy as fuck to me. Same thing in America. American guys fake English accents.
Really?
Sometimes. Yeah, I've seen it. So it works both ways. So
is it? Are you like, bro? Why do you ever tell them like? Or you...
No, I had to show my passport a couple of times.
Wow.
Because they didn't believe me because games have been ran on them. So. I remember having to show the girl my passport, and then of course then when you show them your passport, they always say, "Oh, fuck, you doing here then? Yeah, bro, are you fucking crazy? Why are you fucking in England? And I was like, oh, so I'm talking to the girl, and me being American, trying to be Big Willie. She was with a group of girls, and so the waitress come over, and I go, and this doesn't happen in England where guys, but like, she's like, what are you guys drinking? What are you fucking talking about then? What are you after? I'm like, no, what are you guys drinking? They're like, yeah, we have our own fucking money. I was like, no, listen, I'm trying to buy you guys some drinks.
Wow.
Well, what fucking, we have our own fucking money. We don't have our own fucking money. You fucking dead. Because you English motherfuckers are fucking such assholes.
Oh my
Lord. I was like, no, listen, I'm just trying to buy you drinks. I'm not trying to fuck you guys. I got Pornhub ready when I go back to my house.
Right.
You know, this is my girlfriend tonight. I don't give a fuck.
The American culture is just different.
Well, we're the same. I'm not trying to say. I would say guys are the same around the world. Our main objective is to get pussy. So some guys are we're a little bit more slicker. We will take the tolerance. Where English guys would be like, fuck off, then you fucking slag. Go on, then.
So there's no
filter. Fucking get out because they don't want to waste time.
Right.
There's like,
and they're already speaking the same kind of like language that they're.
Well, yeah, they don't want to waste time. And don't get me wrong, we're American guys. Obviously, we're the same, but.
We're more simps in a way.
We do finesse. We're a little bit more finesse.
Donald Trump does that. It's called the weave.
Yeah, we do a little bit finesse.
The weave.
So we finesse the shit out of it. Yeah. Where English guys are just fucking assholes. But I love them, my boys, though. Like I said, my English dudes are my dudes. But none of you motherfuckers are dating my friends. Maybe TC, I'll let Corsair, I'll let some other guys. But But some of you motherfuckers, boy. So anyway, so I'm talking to these girls, so buying them shots, and the girls are you fucking? They go, this girl goes, are you fucking minted or something? That means money.
Right.
Are you fucking minted or something? Yeah.
Right.
I was like, am I minted or something? Yeah.
Minted or something? Yeah.
They answer the questions for you.
So minted means like
money. It means if you have money.
Oh.
Are you fucking minted or something?
So
yeah.
You made a money or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. I was like, nah, I just want to have a good time. And so the one girl, so I'm talking to the one girl, and our other friend was getting close to me, like, because I was like, yeah, I'm about to go here tomorrow. If you guys want to go, don't worry about it. Let's go.
Right.
The other girl's like, and she's smoking a cigarette, and she just looks at me and she goes, "You want to fuck your cock suck?" I'm like, what? I was like, does this bitch just ask me if she wants to suck my dick?
My god!
And I'm looking at her like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I was like, how much is this gonna cost me? Then
wow.
She's like, you want to fucking cock suck? Yeah.
Because she already thinks you've got money.
Well, and she's thinking her girl's gonna win. Like, because I'm talking to her girl, so I'm talking to her, and the girl's like, she's smoking, like, yeah, fucking yank.
We'll be making mine.
She's a fucking yank, so she's like, I'm gonna fucking suck his dick.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at her.
I'm
looking at her, and I'm just talking to her, and I'm like, I'm good. And I go, it's fucking raining outside. She goes, it's fucking gonna get wet anyway. Are you fucking pussy? I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude.
She goes, it's gonna get wet anyway. Are you a fucking pussy? I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, I fucking love. And in my head, I'm like, I fucking love England. I fucking love England. I don't have to steal.
That's the best story in the whole fucking
England.
world, dude. Thanks for sharing it.
And but the best part is when people in England always go, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
Are you fucking, they always think that like my life in America is not good. And at the time I had a beach house. I was like, no, my life in America is really good. I just want to see something different. It goes like I said, when I was in 10th. Yeah, when I was, like I say, when I was in 10th grade, like I think some of my friends saw my transition of me listening to different types of music, dressed a little bit different, but I was still
what were you listening to at that age?
Oh my God, I was listening to new wave music.
Really?
I was listening to like alternative music back in the day. I can tell you band names, but you wouldn't know.
There was a lot of rock and roll coming out at that time too.
Just new rock and roll, no like old school. I didn't listen to classic. I mean, I knew what classic rock was, but I didn't really enjoy it until later on in life.
What was your classic rock when you were my age?
My.
I know that's a weird question.
Okay, my classic rock for you would be like, God damn.
Because my classic rock's Nirvana.
No,
can you believe that? Can you believe that?
What? Nirvana?
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Nirvana is my classic now.
Fuck, Nirvana.
So that means you gotta go like.
Oh my God, yeah, bro. Bro, I grew up with Van Halen, AC/DC, Black Sabbath, but I didn't fuck with that type of music. I mean, later on, like as I got older, as I got older, I was like, oh, that shit was actually good.
Yeah.
But me being like a Negro, I wasn't, I was listening to Earth, Wind & Fire.
I need that bass.
So, but I think what happened was there was a scene in America. It was a mod ska scene. I used to hang out with all the mods.
Right.
But I fell in love with the music it was UK ska, which is the special English beat. You probably somebody like what is that? They have a No Doubt. Used to play a lot of ska. No Doubt. Real Fish and all that. So
all right.
Mighty Mighty Buffs.
My father would know a lot of that. Yeah.
So that's ska music, but I was first wave generation ska. So it's basically all the UK artists.
Really?
So I got into that. The story was I was ditching
because you were over there. You were.
No. This was I found out about this music when I was like in the 10th grade. And this was my transition. So my transition
is that what sparked you wanting
to travel and see everything and to get out of because I just wanted to see the world. And it started with me going to different parties from different high schools. Say like I would play against the school. So my school was basically pretty much the only black school in our league. So when we played other schools, I would talk to the players for the other team and be like, hey, what are you guys doing tonight? Can I get your number? And they were like, what the fuck? Why is this black dude trying to get our number?
Wow.
But once I told them, I just wanted to party, hang out. And some of them would call me back, and I would go party. And some of my friends, I can admit, so I'd go to Glendora. I hung out in Claremont a lot. I met some dudes in Upland. I would party with some dudes in Upland.
Right.
And like I say, my area was like the area where it was like the black school. So when we played against other schools, because we were the black school in our league, because we were the only black school, they would have police dogs and shit. They would have extra security. Yeah, man, it was crazy. And we were just young black kids. We weren't about that violence shit. Just the community we grew up in, bad area, you know, just, I wouldn't say bad because we grew up there. So when you grow up in an area that people being bad, we're safe.
What area did you grow up in?
In Pomona.
Where's that at?
About 30 miles outside of LA. I was born in South Central. Then, like most people from South Central, we migrated to Pomona.
Fuck. So you've seen and experienced a lot just being in that area.
Yeah, so you know we had gangs. It was just so the funny thing about it is when dudes would come from LA to Pomona, it's like same thing with people from Tucson come to Phoenix or Phoenix go to Tucson. They think they're tougher,
yeah.
and then they're like, "No, motherfucker, we are still niggas. We still fuck you up. We're from the same place you are. Don't come here thinking you tough.
It's just different neighborhoods.
Just different neighborhoods. That's the same thing about the world.
Yeah, damn.
You can't go somewhere and think you're tough because in that neighborhood you're only one person.
Right.
You're only you and your little friends. We're a community of people. You know, we built this shit.
Holy shit.
So
man.
and I had that attitude. You know, when I started traveling. So I just met people from every different school that I would play against. So I got a bunch of friends. Then I went to college. That's when it took another turn.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Citrus. I was supposed to go to another school, but my grades weren't too good.
What made you want to go to college?
I remember I was a football player. And I ran track too.
Scholarship?
No, it's a JC, bro.
Damn.
So
at an early age though, was it always like implanted in your head from families like you need to go to college? This is what's gonna set you up for life.
Yeah. Well, my whole thing was like I say, I thought I was a football star. You know, I'm a small bubble in my little world, thinking I was going to be great.
Right.
But all my boys I grew up with, everyone got D1 scholarship. So it wasn't. It's not that I didn't have the talent. I just didn't have the fucking grades. Like all my boys, and the fact that I got hurt my senior year. So I went to college. It was fucking funny because you know. So I got to play against all the guys in our league, you know, and like I said, we were just some niggas. We just thought we knew everything. We had the most talent, but we didn't come together as a team.
That's how it is, yeah.
And so when I went to college, you know, of course I had started way low on the bottom of the paddle pole because I went to a school that was undisciplined. We just thought we were the shit. But when you got on that field, your talent speaks for itself.
Everything speaks on the field.
And so
everything.
I just remember somebody, he's from Pomona, and I was light, bro.
Who's that kid right there?
I was skinny, I was light. You know, I was a fucking weirdo. You know, I was into different music. Fucking had a little scooter. I was into like the mod ska scene, so I wasn't the typical athlete. Like I wore thrift clothes before it became cool.
Right.
Like,
dude, you definitely seem like this
different
person. Yeah.
I didn't perceive the attitude as a jock.
Right.
But technically I was, but I didn't do that whole jock bullshit. Never got a letter in the jacket.
It's also too like you weren't, in my mind, it seems like you weren't a jock. You obviously weren't a gangbanger, but you were familiar with all aspects of everything. God, yes. You know what I mean? Like you weren't a nerd, but you did what you had to do. You were friends with everybody.
Yes.
You were friends with the jocks. You were in every aspect of life, but you knew I relate to that.
Yeah, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me because it relates later on when I got older in life. And everything that you've done when I was younger, what you thought was just a waste of time. I was a gardener too, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun job. When I stopped playing football, I had to get a job, or else my mom and dad was like, "Motherfucker, you better get a job. We're not giving you money to support you." Yeah. So I became a gardener. And that was the best fucking job ever.
Really?
Yeah, we had a bunch of illegal aliens.
In LA or?
I was in Pomona.
Wow.
So we had a bunch of illegal, like I would say illegal. There were some guys.
It's a kind of beautiful area out there too.
Pomona? Well, we did surrounding areas like Claremont, Upland. We did a couple of houses in Pomona. Our main stuff was in Claremont.
Damn, man.
And so it was kind of funny because we had a bunch of fucking like Mexican workers, and I was the crew chief.
Yeah. And
because the boss loved me. That motherfucker stole money from me, by the way. I stole his car and sold it, by the way. Yeah, you stole my money. I sold the car. Oh yeah, West Side gangster. But anyway, yeah, I remember talking to the workers. They always wanted to learn English, and said he would point like, "How do you say this motherfucker was pointing at a rock?" And I go, "That's a bird."
Wow. You're like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't know what.
It's like.
So sometimes instead of arguing, you're just going with the flow. You just fucking it was the day.
It was a pretty cool job. And we got this guy who went to like Caltech, MIT. I don't even know what MIT, Caltech is like. Really
very nice college.
Smart, very smart.
Very
intelligent. And so we had a kid, John. What was John's last name? John Cords. He's from Claremont.
Oh fuck! So you John got a good memory.
So John Cords was my boy, and he was like this really smart kid. So he needed a summer job because he was funding a motorcycle race that him and his family did every year to drive the Baja 500 or something, motocross from California to Baja. You ride a motorcycle through the desert.
That is
John needed money
badass.
to fund it, even though his parents had money, but they made him work for his money for the summer.
Fuck?
So John, I met John, and John was like my boy. I still talk to his brother. His brother, John actually lives in Arizona now.
Sounds like a cool cat.
Yeah, John was dope. Smart as fuck. Just a
Yeah,
smart kid.
dude.
Smart
What the fuck?
smart as fuck. But he was a gardener, so he worked hard. Like
You meet some cool people doing that kind of field.
Yeah. So someone said, "Oh, he's just a corporate guy. He doesn't know what hard work is." Bullshit. John did it, and his brother played basketball. We'd go to Newport Beach and play basketball all the time.
So what was I don't mean to change topics a little bit. What was kind of like so you did gardening right out of high school. What was like the main, and you were in college a little bit, what kind of was like the main course change that kind of like flipped the script in your life? What made everything different for you? Where you were like, this is it.
So growing up, the house I lived in Huntington Beach or Huntington Harbor, I think I was 22 or 21, and
damn, you're young.
And we were kayaking. We were on somebody's boat. It was a Christmas parade boat, and we were on a boat. We're going through it's like canals, just houses everywhere.
Beautiful.
Just houses everywhere. And so I remember looking at my friend. I was like, I'm gonna live here one day, and they start laughing. And
because they don't understand, yeah.
I fucking lived there. I remember one time I was in the. It just dawned on me one time I was in the canal because you had kayaks and paddle boards, wave runners. I'll show you a picture of the house. And so I'm just in the morning. I don't know. I think I was on the kayak. I'm driving through, and I was in a spot where I was like, holy shit! And it just dawned on me like I said this maybe 15 or 20 years ago. I'm gonna live in this area, and fuck, I lived in this area. So if you will something, if you want something bad, you can actually do it.
I agree.
And I didn't really think about it, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, holy shit, I'm living out of a place.
What were you doing at that time to get into that place?
I had a friend at work. I met this scientist who was a complete fucking weirdo.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he was my boy. I met him at Claremont Colleges.
Holy shit.
I got a funny story about
You just be meeting everybody,
So I was in college, but I wasn't in college. So I hung out at a college dorm for like 2 years.
Right.
Not doing shit. Had a meal plan.
Still going to school though?
No, I wasn't in school. I had a girlfriend.
I just need a place to stay.
No, it was just I had a place, but I spent most of my time at the college. I was at the basketball games. I got invited to the black
everybody knows I'm here.
Some people, when they found out I was an actual student, they just started laughing. They were like, "This motherfucker!
Wow,
how the fuck is he on our campus for all these years, and he's not even a student?" Because they called it. I was a townie,
right?
And for
that's how you get connected, though. Everybody knows.
Oh God, yes, I met a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I got my connect. One of my Hollywood connects to the Golden Globes.
Right.
Yes, at Golden Globes. It's the ESPYs, not the ESPYs, my other boy, Mike. Well, anyway, that's one of my Hollywood connects because when this guy was, this is going to trip you out. So when this guy was, when he was in college, I had friends, and this is going to really trip you out. I had friends who were movie directors. Men's Society Dead President, the Hughes brothers.
What the fuck?
So I used to take pictures for this magazine called Rap Pages and Rap Sheet. So I would take this guy named Nate Kirkman. By the way, he got drafted by the Dallas Cowboys.
Holy shit.
So I would take Nate Kirkman with me to all the events with me, like video events like KRS-One, BDP, LL Cool J. That's when all the rappers in the 80s.
Holy shit.
I would take him to these video shoots with me because I was like, I was a photographer.
Right.
He got to meet Kim Phil's because of Facts of Life.
That is so cool.
I tried to fuck Kim Phil. She said no. Tried to fuck Punky Brewster. She's like no too.
Bro, what the fuck? Bro, you're like a unicorn. Hey, that's on them though. They lost.
Nah, it's all good. Kim knew what I was about. Kim was like, what the fuck? So I was on all these sets because of these guys that association.
Right.
And
that's good, man.
And they directed Tupac. There's a big whole thing with the Hughes brothers and Tupac.
Right.
They sued Tupac for a fight. I'm not going to get into that. That's if you Google it.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah, that's just
the next time you come and visit, we'll break down
different stories.
Yeah.
And so
next time you come.
So they did Tupac's first 7 music videos.
Holy
And so I was the
shit.
photographer on all the sets. And so I would take pictures and give it to rap pages or rap sheets, whoever would give the publication to the magazine.
fuck.
And Tupac at the time wasn't big. He was just like Tupac.
He was just a kid.
He was just an asshole. So pretty much. So I mean,
I can't
rest in
believe
peace.
that shit.
He was a fucking prick. Rest in peace, Tupac.
because
I mean, he's done more for my community than I can ever do. So.
But I can only imagine at that time where it's like literally all eyes on me. I'm the center of attention.
No. By then, he was already gone. So
Really?
yeah, it was when he was with Digital Underground and he broke out, did his first album. So the Hughes Brothers did his first couple of videos. So he was supposed to be a menace to society.
Right.
Yeah, the Hughes Brothers were right. They did try to contact him. Tupac said a whole different story, but he was wrong. I remember them calling from the desk. So it was always at the house.
Right.
I remember them calling his agent and trying to make him show up for the rehearsals, but Tupac would never show up for the rehearsals.
What
And so
the
they
hell?
fired him because Tupac wanted to play. He didn't want to play the Muslim. He wanted to play O-Dog or the gangster part. But they wanted to make him the Muslim. And if you ever seen Menace Society, they were trying to make him play like Sharif, which was a Muslim.
Right.
So Tupac wasn't having it. And so
Because I think to follow off on that, what I think he was battling was something within where he was like, I'm an intelligent, poetic person, but I also am looked at as this thug life.
this
You
is
know
before
what I
Thug
mean?
Life. This is just before Thug Life. This is just before Thug Life. Because
What the fuck?
I had a girlfriend at the time. I can call her. So once we get everything set up, so I can actually call people and they can tell you their version of the story.
Bro,
So
this is the first guys. This is the first time he's been here. He's gonna come. He's gonna
come back with material.
He's
so
gonna
you
be
can
a
see everything.
regular.
So when Tupac had I forgot what I think Brenda has a baby. It was that
Yeah.
video. Brenda has a baby. So I brought my
Holy
girlfriend,
shit.
my baby's mama at the time. She came to the video set with me. And Tupac tried to pick up on my baby's mama. And at this time, I'm like, this little skinny ass motherfucker. And Tupac was like 140, 135 at the
Holy
time.
shit.
And I had just got finished playing college football. And I'm angry because my football career is over. And, you know, I'm a gardener slash photographer.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. But I was still loving life. And this dude is trying to pick up on my girl right in front of me. So I called him
What
out.
the fuck?
So it always tripped people up. I tried to fight Tupac. That nigga said no. And it always tripped people up because of my vernacular. You know, trying to fight Tupac? Yes, I did. I was going to fuck that nigga up. So,
Holy fuck. Hey, guys.
true story.
Hey,
True story.
everybody watching, I hope you just fucking heard that shit.
And so I don't give a fuck. And like I say,
And he's here. I'm
I can call a couple of guys.
my best friend.
I can call a couple of guys who can verify what a prick he was back in the day. But I have to say, after he came out of prison, his whole life changed. And he's done more for the community of people believing what he's talking about than
His
I can
whole
ever
mission
do.
changed, yeah.
Oh, so everything changed. But before,
Life is fucking weird.
but you know,
man.
that Tupac, before he went to prison, he was a fucking dick.
Yeah.
He was a fucking dick. I didn't deal with him afterwards. I was supposed to work with
Is
Death
this
Row.
like Juicy and all that shit?
This is just before he went to prison.
Oh,
This is before he went to prison. But when he got out of prison, I was gonna work with Death Row, and I was like,
I
fuck.
probably changed his whole mind.
Oh, when I was gonna work with Death Row, I was like, oh fuck that, because I heard stories what Death Row do to people. I was like, oh, I'm not getting beat up. He would remember me. They would have fucked me up. I was like, I'm not gonna work for Death Row.
What's his name? Tried to throw what's his name off the fucking balcony. That white dude, fucking Shook Knight, tried to throw fucking something over a contract.
I think he watched me. Yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people saw a bunch of old movies. There was a movie called what was that movie? 5 Heartbeats. I think he saw a bunch of stuff. Like back in the day, there were movies where record exec would threaten people by putting them over the balcony. I think.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't
what's his
know.
name? What's his name that came up with the fucking Ice Baby?
Yeah,
White Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
He came out on some dude's podcast. I
Yeah.
think his name was DJ Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
So DJ,
Ooh,
so
Vlad. I know DJ Vlad.
they did this whole entire podcast, and so Vanilla Ice is like, yeah, Shook Knight, because Shook Knight's in prison. So he's like, Shook Knight, we were on a patio having drinks and shit, and then all of a sudden he was some contract was involved, and he grabbed me and threatened to throw me over the balcony over some shit. And I was just like, dude, so like that kind of essence of energy, that fucking Death Row just. Everybody knows the stories. Everybody knows the energy and what they were capable of. And,
like I say,
Tupac, you had to be a menace to want to even be involved in that kind of...
I knew some photographers, and they were just like, stay away from them. And I was going to do a shoot for them. And once Tupac was involved, I was like, nuh-uh. I was like, they will fuck me up. because I'm positive Tupac remembers because when
The
the Hughes
wrong
brothers,
word, the wrong fucking.
he would remember because when the Hughes brothers, he was is this place in LA called the Lowe's Santa Monica Hotel, like the studios rent out to people.
It's all kind of like almost not the same area, but it's all kind
Santa
of
Monica's
network.
off of, it's right by Venice, but right by the pier.
Right.
So the Lowe's Hotel, so studios would rent out the places for their client.
Really?
And so Tupac was staying there. I think his agent must have rented him out. So the Hughes brothers went to go talk to him about menace to society. I'm a dickhead, so I lean out of Tupac's balcony, and I yelled something. And Tupac's like, man, tell you, and this is too, I swear to God, thug life and everything. Well, he wasn't thug life then. He was like, man, tell your boy to quit yelling at my window, man. Am I gonna kick? I was like, why don't you tell me, motherfucker? I was already mad at him for trying to pick up on my baby's mama.
Right.
I was like, fuck you, nah. Because, Tupac just thought I was like, hi guys, I'm listening to Led Zeppelin.
In front of the cameras, he's a star, but he's an asshole.
I turned into a nigga on his ass. I think it kind of shook him. And then the Hughes brothers like, oh man, can he be cool? I bet they wish I would have fucked that nigga up at that point.
Right.
Because, he
How
did
was
some
your
shit.
reaction when he died? How did you feel?
You know what? I feel bad. I don't wish that from nobody because by this time when
The
he
way it
died,
all happened and everything.
by the time when he died, it was just like he was a leader. Like he gave hope to people in the hood. So
Yeah.
I talk shit. So I don't.
You're
my
Kenny motherfucking Rufus.
Yeah, but my weight don't carry what Tupac carries.
Yeah.
So you got to look at the bigger picture. I can talk shit all day long, but
Right.
Tupac gives people belief. And so even though, if I did have beef with him, but he gives people belief. So he still got people belief. So when I was in Europe, bro, and it tripped me out, you see Tupac shirts. In Brazil, I saw Tupac shirts. I saw fucking
He's
Biggie Small shirts.
everywhere,
And that
dude.
just tripped me the fuck out. I was like, he was universal. And I was like, this shit is so crazy to me.
Wow.
So it made my little bullshit, when I thought I was somebody,
Right.
it made my shit like this. Like, I'm nobody. Because this dude is actually speaking for the world.
Really?
So the little bullshit I had with him, it made me like, yeah, nigga, I'm dumb.
I can't believe I know you, Kenny.
Like,
I
this
can't
is
believe
some
we're
dumb
friends,
shit.
man.
This is some dumbass shit.
Thanks for sharing all that shit, bro.
So yeah, man.
That's a lot.
Yeah, we'll go to LA one day. I'll hit you up. Commit. Should we take you got your passport, right?
Shit, ain't nothing to get it.
Get your passport, bro.
I know we've been saying that for like a year.
I've been traveling. Remember, I've been traveling.
All I need to do is just go hit the fucking DMV, right?
US Gov or US. You go US.
I'll do that shit
Gov.
tonight.
Get your passport, bro.
I need to travel more, bro. I need to get out there and shit. I love your stories.
So my man just hit me up with the Amsterdam story, and he I was waiting for him to show up. So my man hit me up, was like, "You want to go to Amsterdam in 2 weeks?" I was like, "Man, I'm supposed to go to Germany.
Right.
I don't know how I'm gonna make this work." He's like,
"You're already leaving country. You're already
fuck." But
are you gonna try to make it?
I don't know. I got to talk to my son. My son's my leader, so
I was gonna beat your ass.
got to see what's up with my son.
I think you should go to Germany and then probably cut it short.
Cut like 2 days.
Yeah, and then
You know what? That might be the plan, my friend.
Yeah, because you don't want to bail on your son. Go enjoy that, and then just take the
That
plane.
might be the son.
Take a flight right next to the fucking.
When I tell you how dope my son is,
He sounds cool as
that
shit.
motherfucker
Man.
is so dope. I have the best fucking son. Are we still on?
Yeah, we should be. We're still recording everything.
It looks like a black screen. Oh, there we are. Yeah, my son is just the dopest dude, bro. We have like
Let me do some real quick.
such a unique like relationship.
I think I forgot to charge this real quick. I'm a little tipsy, but
You're good. I sold your football, nigga, because it should have been my game ball. This is my ball. Should have been my game ball. High school, junior year. Yeah, I'm still talking about Al. Hold on, let me put my hands in
We'll
my
do a
pocket.
bunch of editing and stuff,
Okay.
but it'll all work out.
Let me put my hands in my pocket. We'd be Al Bundy.
Bro, I swear to God, he's gonna look at that shit and be like,
Fuck you,
"That
Kenny
was
Rufus.
all those memories." You're gonna all pinpoint down. He's
Fuck
like,
you, Kenny Rufus.
"Yes."
Fuck you, Kenny Rufus.
I have these memories of like being in like 6th grade on the school bus.
Yeah.
And everybody's like talking shit, and there's this one little black kid, and he's like trying to fight me. And I remember we were gonna get off the bus and fight.
Yeah.
And it's just all these different memories of just like in the past, and you get these little clips. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you're like, this one little motherfucker, I remember all these little moments and shit. It's interesting and funny how life works.
Yeah, man.
And time just flies. So then you just move on. You know what I mean? And then you still remember it though, like it was yesterday.
Like sometimes I would come up if I see stuff online, like, holy shit. My boy posted a picture of us playing youth football. So the group of guys that played youth football with forever. And he
Damn.
posted a picture, and I was like, holy shit! And I saw players. It's like, oh god, I played with this guy for. Some guys we played from age 7 to 18.
Holy fuck.
And some guys went to college, and some guys,
It's a
you know,
long
did
time.
whatever. So these are dudes in my neighborhood. We all grew up together, and we played that long. And it's so crazy because it dawned on me like these are my boys back in the day.
Right.
And you know, even like I said, my 10th grade year when I was doing weird, well, to them I turned into like a weird black dude, but they were still my boys.
Why would they think that?
I had a flat top, baggy clothes.
You had a flat top?
Yeah,
I tell people all the time if I was black, I would get a flat top.
I had a flat top before Carl Lewis.
Really?
Yes. But people
people
used to talk shit. Look at this nigga. This nigga live in the 60s. He think he's in the march. He's about to march about Luther King.
Hey, white people wish they had a flat top. I'll tell you that.
But to mind you, 5 or 4 years later, those motherfuckers are getting the flat tops. Like, yeah, nigga, who's the leader? I'm the leader, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Trendsetter.
Exactly.
But you know, like I said, I was into different types of music. Like I was into punk, but I still listened to some R&B because of family.
Right.
But I listened to everything.
You ever
bro.
listen to like Jagged Edge and shit like that?
Yeah, of course. Oh god, yes.
That's my peeps. That's my peeps.
Shut up.
That's all I listen to.
So Carl, the lead singer Carl.
Yeah.
So, goddamn. So Carl lives in Santa Monica.
No way. No, my God.
I haven't seen Carl in like a couple of years. So I used to work at the store. You know, when I moved after I did my fake college years, because you know, like I said, I hung out at the colleges for 3 or 4 years. There was a store in LA called Fred Siegel's, famous store. Like it used to be in Santa Monica. I think they still have one on Melrose. So I used to work at the store called Fred fucking Siegel's, and that's where all the celebrities would shop.
Wow.
And
so you saw everybody.
Oh, everybody. And this is and besides, you know, being with the Hughes brothers, you know, I got to see everyone. So, and then living in LA, you know, you see everybody, so you don't.
Right.
It's not jaded for you. So
You're not freaking out and shit.
No, there's such and such.
Right.
But I got into the biggest fight with Billy Crystal.
Wow. Over what?
Because I used to work at Fred Siegel's because I had a girlfriend, Cassandra Puga. Hello, Cassandra. That was my girl, Cassandra. Jackie Brander used to own the store, and Sharon Siegel actually owned the store there too. So famous. You Google it. He's famous. If you watch, there's a couple of movies where they mention Fred Siegel's.
Oh, he's popular.
Yeah. So I was. They did everything possible for me not to talk to people, but they couldn't stop me.
They were just cock blocking.
No. Because my mouth, as you can tell. And so,
bro, I love it.
So one time Billy Crystal came in. They had a big Fred Siegel sale. So the Fred Siegel sale was huge. So they let all the celebrities and top customers come in before they open it up to the general public. And so Billy Crystal came in one day, and it was a baseball game. And for some reason, I was being dumb. And I said to Billy, he's like, oh, I would think that you would be at the baseball game. Because I know him, Tom, and Sorter was friends.
Right.
And he goes, what, the Yankees in town? And I'm like, no, but aren't you friends? He goes, and he looked at me, he goes, there's people going again, just reading the press. Don't believe everything you say. He goes,
wow, that's the
and he said that to me. It's like, this motherfucker. And so I was like, you motherfucker. So I was like,
immediately,
okay, Billy.
You're an asshole now.
Like, okay, Billy. So Billy came back 2 days later trying to return some pants.
Right.
And I'm like, all sales are finals, especially for the sale. Billy Crystal, well, go get someone. I was like, there's no one to get. All sales are finals.
You fucking asshole.
And then he looked at me, and then as I walked away, he had said something to someone else. So it's a manager, and this girl, this fucking kiss-ass girl comes out of nowhere. It's like, Billy, I'll help you. Oh, Billy. And he looked at me. He's like, yeah, because Clerk Boy, he called me Clerk Boy.
Wow.
Because Clerk Boy.
He got butthurt.
Because Clerk Boy seems not to help me. I was like, Clerk Boy? I go, you know what? Me and my friends don't think you're funny. Because, well, you and your friends are putting stuff on shelves, aren't you? It's like, you motherfucker. You motherfucker got me.
Quick, get down.
He fucking got me quick.
Yeah, oh, that motherfucker. Oh, man. You wait till I catch you outside.
No, he just got me. He goes, well, your friends are putting up clothes and shelves.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm shopping here. And would you make your last movie? And they said that to me, like, you motherfucker. So I saw him again. He was eating lunch, and the people who saw it, they were laughing, like, oh, Billy Crystal, he got on Kenny's ass, like,
wow.
Motherfucker. So there was a lunch area at Fred Siegel. So I'm walking in, and I see Billy Crystal, and he sees me. I was like, fucking Billy. And he looks at me, and Billy Crystal's like,
Yeah, giving you that
He
look.
gave me a
We're
look.
gonna start now.
He gave me a look and he goes, "What's your lunch break like? Like did you get 15 minutes, half an hour? Because you better eat fast."
Wow.
And I saw that motherfucker, and I was like, "Fuck you, Billy." He goes, "What? I didn't hear you." Because you heard me. He goes, "No. It sounded like you said fuck you, Billy."
So he was a kind of an asshole. In a
Nah,
way.
he wasn't. He was just
teasing you.
fucking with me, and my ego was just like, "You motherfucker."
I wonder how many people those kind of.
He was just fucking with me.
I wonder how many encounters those people go through that are similar to that a day. Not even just a day, but like on a regular basis.
Well, the story gets better. So 3 months down the line, I had a friend, so Melrose used to be the spot where we used to shop at.
Right.
So I had a friend that had a store that used to sell, I don't know, you might be too young, Fat Farm.
Probably a little
It was
young.
P. Diddy's clothes. It was all this New York influence
So it was
clothes.
like Puffy,
Puffy, all that shit, the FUBU stuff, all that big clothing.
Yeah.
So
That's
Nietzsche.
just fire though, low key.
So it was a bunch of all that stuff. So my friend had one of those stores, and so I was talking to him, and he goes, "Hey, Kenny, do me a favor, go outside and sweep." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." And I was like, "Would you?" He was out. "I'll give you a couple of shirts." I'm like, "Fucking bet." So I'm outside sweeping, and just like, "Yeah, cool, I'm getting a shirt." Fucking Billy Crystal walks by. He sees me. And Billy Crystal's like, "Oh, look like you're moving up in the world, quick boy." And I was like shaking, and Billy Crystal was walking by, kind of like didn't even look at me. And I'm like, before I get, and I was like, "Fuck you, Billy." And he just goes like, he's walking, he just goes like this.
Wow.
He just puts his middle finger up, he walks, he just didn't even turn around. It's like fucking Billy
I've
Crystal.
done that to some people.
So yeah, so me and Billy Crystal have a little history of Billy Crystal. The fact, it was all good though. I mean, it's my fault for trying to like.
You learn so much of those weird situations and circumstances too.
Like I say, like
how to not speak too much, how to put your own foot in your mouth, and
like
shit.
I say, like my little beef with Tupac has nothing to do with the world. Tupac is way bigger than I would ever be,
Right.
And like he has people belief. So like I say, once I traveled around the world, I saw everyone with shirts and people were like,
Bro,
"Oh, you like
people
Tupac?"
are fucking obsessed over it.
But the fact it gives people hope.
Right.
I talk shit. That's what I do. I'm a shit talker. And Tupac basically gave people hope. And, this is where I'm from. This is what I did. I don't know if half of the shit he said is true, but that's just a different story. But, but he gave people belief of certain things.
It's weird how music does that.
Where I could never be on that platform. So I had to reevaluate, the things I thought about Tupac. So he was smart enough to have the following. And he was brilliant.
Right.
Even though I had, hatred towards him for trying to pick up on my baby's mama.
You had your own personal reasons to have that kind of.
Yeah, but what he has done for people around the world, it's
the
pretty
fact
dope.
that you're able to.
It's pretty dope what he's
pull
done.
that apart and takes a lot of.
Yeah, it's pretty dope what he's done for the world. So I can't.
It's weird how the world responds to that kind of art. You know what I mean?
Like, that's a trip, bro. It is a fucking trip. I mean,
the whole world, dude.
I mean, I'm kicking myself in the ass. Like I had photo books of all kinds of stuff. Like I was on a set of Menace to Society pretty much every day.
That's so
I had
badass.
just so many pictures and so many different. I still have pictures of me and Alan and the Hughes brothers somewhere. But I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, this is me and the Hughes brothers." Oh, I'm not the type of person. I mean, I've been around so many celebrities. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, let's take a picture and post." I'm with such and such.
Right.
That motherfucker's not posting pictures of me and him.
Because everybody's trying to get a picture with him.
Well, just everybody. Like I said, you run into people. I may talk shit and I have a friend, Cassandra Puga, one of my best friends in Pasadena. She thinks I'm a groupie because I'll say, "Oh, I saw such and such." She's like, "You're such a fucking groupie," but I'm not. It's just But
not only that, it's like how else are people like you supposed to express yourself and communicate without sounding like, "Oh, I was just da 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 da," or "I was at this set all day," or you wouldn't believe it, but I've been hanging out with da 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 da.
Yeah, but you can't.
But then people obviously want to.
They won't believe you.
They don't. They accept.
Only people in LA that you've been around. Have you seen the show Entourage?
Yes.
So that's basically there's a million of people who live their life from LA that live their life like Entourage.
Damn.
Just a bunch of guys. There's all different groups and sections. So when you watch Entourage, there's a group. There's maybe thousands of group of guys who actually live that type of life in LA.
Shit.
Yes. So I'd say my boy Commit, it was me.
Fuck.
My boy Commit, my boy Dewan, and we all had different connects to different things. Commit used to be an agent for one of the big 5 Hollywood agencies. And then, you know, I had my connects. The one had his connects.
That's all it is
so,
connect, so you know.
We would go to certain parties, and these parties you see everybody, and you just go, oh shit. And then you know, once you get into that circle, get into the Black Hollywood circle, you just see everybody, and then you meet everybody, and then you get invited to certain parties.
And then if you're cool enough, you'll get invited
to certain things. But you have I had some pretty good shit on my table where I can give people like invites to certain things. Like I say, I knew people from studios.
Did you ever get close to a P. Diddy party?
Yes, I got videos of it. You never seen my P. Diddy videos? Yes, so I have. Oh my God, this is gonna sound crazy. So, you're too young, but your dad probably know who Barbie Benton is.
Probably, yeah.
So she was Hugh Hefner's, like main chick.
Wow.
Like he was in love with her, but she like told him no, and he was heartbroken, whatever. So
wow. She
my
told him no.
Yeah. So back to the entourage bullshit. So when you're in that lifestyle, you get invited to all different types of parties. So my boy hit up me and Commit, the guy who invited me to Amsterdam, hit up me and my boy said, "Hey, listen, Mariah Carey's having a party," and I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah." So I hit up Commit. He's like, "Hey, Mariah Carey's having a party. Apparently, we got to park somewhere, and then they'll take us to the thing." So we get to the place. It was in the Hollywood Hills. So we get to the party.
Holy shit!
I'll show you videos. I'll show you the pictures and videos of the party. And so we get to the place, and when it's like, actually, it's not Mariah Carey's party. The house is next door to Mariah Carey. It's a P. Diddy Meek Mills party with Rick Ross and everyone's there. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That shit must have been popping.
Oh shit! I'll show you videos.
Oh my
god! I got videos in my phone. And so I get to this party, and these motherfuckers, they had a giraffe, they had a fucking motorcycle, like, you know, that's when they was, you know,
yeah,
they had the motorcycles, yeah.
Shit.
They had a fucking tiger, they had all kinds of shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it had an elephant, camels, because the house was big. So I just remember it was a big house, and so I'm in there. You know, I'm being me, and I'm like, my boys are doing some other shit. I think they're trying to make some connects.
You're trying to talk to everybody.
I'm just getting in the back trying to get some drinks in me, you know, and I'm just walking around like, damn, all right, cool, whatever. Seeing people that I haven't seen in a while, talking to them, and like, oh shit, you here? Like, yeah, da 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 da. We're talking about just Hollywood shit, and so
holy fuck.
So I'm in the back, and this guy just kids like, this is my uncle's house, blah blah blah.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, so you live next door to Mariah Carey? And then all of a sudden, Ariana, here's your Ariana comes out of nowhere. Ariana's like, this is my mom's house. I was like, your mom's house? And she goes, yeah. And I go, what do you, and she was with 3 of her friends. And I'm like, what are you white bitches doing here? Because it was, and she goes, this is my mom's house.
Wow.
This is actually your mom's house. Yeah. He goes, they're renting a house from my mom. I'm like, well, who's your mom? She goes, Barbie Benton. I go, who's Barbie Benton? She goes, Playmate, famous Playmate, Hugh Hefner. And she used to be on a Love Boat. So I go, like, oh shit, I used to want to fuck your mom.
Wow.
And so I go with her mom. And so she started laughing. So me and her, we hit it off. As a matter of fact, me and her, we hit it off so well, we ended up going to the Cannes Film Festival together. I got pictures of that shit. Yeah. So me and Ariana, matter of fact, I'll call you Ariana when I'm done if you're looking at this. So Ariana, that was her house.
Holy shit.
And so that party was so fucking crazy. So because everyone decided to take the shuttle, they started parking on the streets. So about 5 a.m., 6 a.m., the sheriff department came. They started pulling people's cars out of the fucking way. So everyone,
oh my gosh.
But yes, I've been to a P. Diddy Meek Mills party in the hills. I mean, when you live in LA, bro, it's not. This is not.
You're gonna kind of experience.
If you want to be part of that, if you're cool or whatever. I wouldn't say cool, but
connected.
I wouldn't say connected. It's inevitable. If you're there for a while and you're around the right people, you go to these, you go to certain parties, you get to do certain things. But it's so crazy when you tell people outside the circle, they'll never believe you. They're like, oh, you was there, like, motherfucker.
I understand.
I mean, when you was with Wu-Tang and all that.
Nobody believes me.
Yeah, bro, when you told me, I was like, oh shit, boy band. I saw the videos.
Nobody believes me, bro.
Especially in Arizona.
Bro, because I sold weed to them.
Yeah.
They were like, because they were in Flagstaff and they were begging for weed. And one of my homies had a backpack in the studio, like full of weed. Mm-hmm. And we went in the back and he literally gave it to them and everything. And they were all happy and shit. There was more people watching me perform than actually Wu-Tang.
Because you're the man, pretty boy.
We were the openers.
Pretty boy, hey. Break out your pretty boy pictures back in the day.
Bro.
Boy band.
We only skyrocketed.
This is the man. So, besides him stealing my bitch from me at work, this is the man.
It happened, so I didn't even try either.
I know. She She just came up on you. I was like, you motherfucker.
You know,
I was a cock blocker. I was like, damn.
I noticed in the corner of my eye, she kept coming like,
Kept staring at you.
she kept walking past me all the time unnecessarily too. And then one of those dudes that fill our carts up
Yeah.
walked up to me and was like, she wants to know something. It's after I found that dead boy,
Yeah.
that dead kid.
Was it Rich who came up to you?
So I think so. That
Because a lot of dudes got, a lot of dudes got mad about that.
everybody had eyes on her.
No, everyone got mad. They would talk shit, but they was mad. They was like, oh my God. And I was like, you know what? Y'all cut that shit out. I'd fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, but she's so, I was like, I will fuck the shit out of her.
Everybody got mad.
They were like jealous. They were like, well, she dresses like a tramp. Like, I will fuck. I don't give a fuck what you guys are talking about.
That's
and
all
you will
I
fuck
did.
too.
That's all I
Yeah,
did.
but they were trying to act like I hate dudes like that. They were like, well, because they were mad because they didn't get to like, I would fuck in a second.
Bro, and she came to me. She came knocking on my door. I opened the door and I let her in. And freaking, I gave her what she wanted. I got what I wanted. And then
She was heartbroken when you left her.
I had to though, bro. She was like 13 years older than me.
She was heartbroken.
And
bro.
then like, I had 3 different girlfriends.
She was heartbroken.
One of them was acting crazy. She was texting me every day saying how much she
distraught.
misses me at work. And then one of them, I think I was in love with one of them.
I think you told me about this one. Yeah,
Yeah.
you told me about this one. You was going through it. I remember you going through it.
I had 3 girlfriends.
I remember you going
They
through
were
it.
all fucking crazy.
You was talking to me and Rich about it. You was
And then
going
I'm
through
trying to chase my dreams and be a millionaire. And I was like, this chick's crazy. I gotta let her go.
I remember you going through it, bro.
I was getting my wisdom teeth pulled at
I
the
remember you
same
going through
time.
it. I remember.
I had some doctor tell me he thought I had cancer in my
remember
nuts. Or some shit like
I remember
that.
you going through it. I was like, fucking. And then you came out positive. You was always happy. It was like, all right, this dude is strong as fuck.
There were
Very
so
strong.
many different things that were trying to bring me down. And so I just kept telling myself, like, I have to remove everything in order to gain my soul.
Did you just meditate? You turn to the God?
I think it was it was all of it.
Okay.
It was a lot of like me coming in touch with myself, figuring out like, yo, what the fuck do I need to do?
Yeah.
God's always been the center of my life.
Yeah.
And so I kind of, this little dog kind of helped me out a little bit.
The dog Mimi gave you, he's self fucking with me. If I had some weed, he'd come over here.
Yeah. So she kind of she gives me compassion.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I ever needed.
Say, I'm listening. I want to smoke one of those Switzers.
Oh, they're right here.
Oh, I just want one. Oh shit, Dutch Brothers.
Yeah. You can try
No,
some.
no, hold on.
Try some.
So, you white people been holding out on my black ass. I just found out about this shit. Like, why you guys hold out? This shit is so fucking good. This is my crack right here.
It's that's Snickerdoodle Frost. If you
This
want
shit is
some.
so good.
Open up the lid. Take a sip.
Bro, this is what I...
Those are some gushers with Tahim. Tahim!
Oh shit, this with vodka would be so good. So,
Really?
yeah, I just figured out my Dutch Brothers. I drink it with vodka.
I don't know if the smoke alarm
That is good, bro.
But you know what I was thinking we could do?
No, don't do it, bro. We're good.
I was thinking we get the tripod, we open the door. Then
Nah, we don't have to smoke it now.
No, we can't. We'll bust one out.
Because I'm talking to him and act like a big Willie.
I'll open a window real quick.
I stole your football, nigga. You shouldn't have got the game ball. I should have got the game ball. That's why I stole it. Yeah, you wasn't even looking. And I was acting like I was helping you. Shit. When you went back into the locker room, I put that shit right in my locker.
Bro,
This was my football.
the worst part is you were helping him look for it. No, damn well it was in your motherfucking
Yeah.
damn it was in your locker.
Taking my game ball from me. Coach should have gave me the game ball. So if you want to give me the game ball, I'll steal that shit. And that's what I did. Taking my game ball from me.
Hey, you
I
know,
deserved it.
I don't know what I was doing or what I was looking for, but I've been in that same situation where I stole something and I was helping the motherfucker look for it. And I was like, bro, it's gotta be here. You know what, damn, that's like in my pocket or something.
So when I saw that at my mom's house, I was like, you have the game ball that I stole? You know what my biggest regret, and I will tell this to every youngster, whatever you do and you have stuff you don't think is of value, save that shit, put it in boxes. I gave away all my photos from back old Hollywood, especially the Tupac photos. I could have had an art gallery because these motherfuckers did.
Well, everything just gets in the way.
It's so crazy. No, but my stuff was in negatives.
Yeah.
Negatives, and back in the day, just before I stopped being a photographer because digital cameras came out and everybody was a photographer. Everybody was cheating. So was it? And then everything got saturated because everyone could be a photographer, and it's just like everyone cheated. So I was like, this is bullshit. So my money dwindled. I made more money than a gardener.
I'm gonna lock her in here and open the door. Delilah, come on.
But yeah, so I had a shit ton of like negative, different movie set, video sets, stuff from Menace Society, like so much stuff, bro. And I got rid of it because I didn't think it had any value. But later on, 20 years down the line, like, holy shit, I had all these old Tupac photos and all this.
You know, out of all these times I've known you, Kenny, you've never shared that story with me.
Because it's hard because you can't, because.
And you know, I don't think you understand with a story like that and with the people I know and this being on video, millions of people could potentially see that. It kind of.
That's all good, bro.
What I'm trying to say is like that story right there, bro, and like the things that you've gone through in life, you should come over more, bro, and we ought to do more podcasts and shit.
My boy, I'm positive, my boy from Drama Wire, he's gonna write us a script. He's gonna write us out something because he can get it and he'll do it and put it on his format also because he has a bigger format. And I work for him sometimes, you know. I'll go out and do an episode.
Badass.
The thing is, we fly to LA.
Sometime.
You need to.
I need to get out there.
You know what I'm gonna do for you?
I need to get out there, brother.
I'm gonna. I got somebody for you. I'll tell you off camera. I got you.
Yeah, I need to holler at that. I need to take initiative and.
Because it's like I say, like I'll fly out to LA and fly right back same day. Done it a couple of times at work. Where, you know, if I come into work late, that's because I went to LA or something. I was thinking about just going back to the beach, but where, you know, the beach is so crazy now. The beach I used to live
all
at.
All kinds
of
some crazy shit going on.
I mean, it's just nuts, bro. And oh, look at this.
Yeah, Kenny and I are sharing a cigar, guys. Get over it.
This is gonna relax me.
Good for you, man.
This is relaxing, bro. Good shit. Let's do some. We'll format this shit out to make it like, you know, more personable. Like I say, I think
I'm gonna edit it too. I'll edit it all day today of the stuff we did today, and then we'll go ahead and plan sometime in the future, probably the next couple of weeks from now, for you to come over again. We'll do different parts. Part one today. This will be part one, and then we'll do a part two with you coming over and telling more stories. And then I think you're gonna be a frequent guest.
So do you want me to do stuff for you when I go to Europe? I'll get some video stuff for you when I'm in Europe.
Awesome.
And then when I'm in Europe, I can videotape. And what is the name of your show?
So all right, between you and I, well, not even between you and I, but to just throw it all out there, I have this company called IHN Media, which is, I have it down on my notes what the acronyms stand for, but it's pretty much just stands for like Infinite Hustle Media LLC. And I've got 10 different podcasts under that LLC. It's for tax purposes.
Look at this guy.
And so for the tax purposes, right? And so under those different podcasts, there's Allegedly What and Why, which is like news.
Yeah.
There's Hustling Hustlers, which is money. There's the Young Forever G, which is just like me showing my life. I think this podcast episode will go on Allegedly What and Why.
Okay.
And if you ever want to get involved with any of it, bro,
I'm here, baby.
Shit, we'll give you percentages.
We'll let you go to. You need to come to LA with me so we can put you on Drama Wire. We can put shit together, and then just come to LA, bro. We can do some shit in LA. It's a day trip, but you know, we gotta get. I mean, we'll figure it out.
Absolutely.
Where you can like come out.
It's the beginning of something big.
Well, like I said, my boy already has the format. He's been waiting for me to do. The thing is, sometimes I don't like flying out there and coming right back because it's not worth it.
You're a busy motherfucker, man. I'll tell you that.
So, but if you have this here, we can joint together.
I'll be closer in the city too, and it'll be like times 10, more better equipment, better everything.
Yeah,
everything.
So we can joint put stuff together.
It only gets better from here, brother.
And so when you do edit stuff, let me know the stories I'm telling you about. I can send you photos and pictures of certain stories. So that way everything will add up. So it won't be like, oh, he's just talking shit. But no, I will send you
the evidence.
The evidence, like, you know, the videos, evidence, the beach house, my son knocking out the dude at the Golden Globe, Tupac, my football hero shit. I'm sure I got videos somewhere, but I never I'm not one of those guys who post stuff. Oh, this is me when I played.
You don't need to though, really. I mean,
I know, just so you can say, oh, this is.
Yeah.
And then the girls, Ariana, the big meal party.
See, for me, it's different because we've already sat there and looked at videos at work and gone through and talked. I trust everything you tell me.
Don't trust everything.
Yeah, but I'm gullible.
Yeah,
Because
but
the thing about
you want to trust? I go to church for some pussy. I'm joking.
Kenny, the thing about me is because everything that I'll ever tell you, I'm as real as it gets, baby.
Yeah, bro. Like I say, boy band, you my dude. Like you boy band, this motherfucker. So this pretty Ricky ass nigga.
For Kenny's friends and family and fans that are watching, I
have no fans watching. I have no fans. You can edit that so I can make it look like I have fans. I have no fans. But I'm an asshole, bro. Like I'm like literally, I deleted like 4,000 people. When I came back, delete it. I changed my name to Oliver Twist. I'm not Kenny Rufas, so
why?
Because I got into a little bit of legal problems, and I just didn't want to hear the bullshit.
You wanted a whole new switch.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit. So people were like, "Oh my god, you only have because I picked and choose. I wanted to be my friends, so I got off social media.
Right.
Then when I came back on social media, I only added people that I really like.
Life is what you choose to make it be.
I don't need 5,000, 4,000 fake ass
even
friends.
though you knew everybody.
Yeah, so I cut that shit short and I became Oliver Twist instead of Kenny Rufas. And it was like, oh my god, you don't have motherfucker. I don't need motherfuckers you say they're my friends. They're not my friends.
Right.
Because when I did, I had a little legal issues, and then I heard all the rumors of what was happening. It was so far from the truth. It was like, you motherfucking backstabbing.
And people would just gossip all day.
The gossip was incredible.
Right.
So when that happened, I was like, all right, pick and choose who my friends are going to be. And it even happened in England, happened in America. It's like people are just fucking assholes. Until you know what until it comes out of the person's mouth, don't believe what the next person tells you.
Instead, you should defend that person until it comes out of their mouth.
Until the person say, well, let me hear it. So when I heard the shit, I was like, I did what? They said it. What the fuck?
And you're repeating it?
And you're telling someone? Like, yeah. I didn't talk to this girl she was a girl I grew up with. I was so pissed. I didn't talk to her. She was like the homie. Like we hooked up.
She was just on some bullshit.
And she was calling people and like, oh, you heard what happened? Oh, I was like, what the fuck? So I was so mad, but I grew up with this person.
Right.
And so we settled it, but I was so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Like, why are you calling people and asking if this is true, if this is not? I was like, what the fuck, you?
It's frustrating because it's like, you always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. You always got all this love and respect because you love and respect yourself.
Yeah.
But some people just are fucking weird, man.
Just what the fuck? Why would you ask people this bullshit?
I remember fucking people in my own family thought I was on pills because I'm so skinny.
Yeah.
And so like every family event I would go to or whatever, everybody would ask questions like,
show your kicks. I love these motherfuckers' kicks. But anyway, finish the story.
So like everywhere I go, and like family events and shit, people are like, you're so skinny, what are you still smoking pills? And I'm like looking at them like, I ain't never done that shit.
Yeah.
Who are you getting that information from? And why are you repeating that shit? And they're like, my dad will try to fucking be like, yo, I got a court hearing, da-da-da-da-da.
Were they going through your shit? Like going through when you went around?
When I was 17, I got charged for ecstasy in my wallet. My brother gave me a pill.
Yeah.
My older brother gave me a pill of ecstasy and I left it in my wallet, never touched it. A week later, I got pulled over, cop found it.
Oh, shit.
The whole family thinks I'm a pillhead now.
Oh, shit, bro.
And I never even done ecstasy to this day.
Oh, fuck.
I got charged with a felony.
Fuck. Is it still on your record? Or you're a minor, so...
Yeah, I took care of all that shit. But now the whole family thinks that I'm a pill-popping fucking ecstasy-loving freak. And I still, to this day, have never even done ecstasy.
Honestly, like I said, I went to England. I tried all that shit. I remember calling my son, because my son's done everything when he was a kid,
right?
When he was younger. And I remember it was Christmas Day. I called my son, and I was like, "No. We were in Las Vegas. I used to take my son to Vegas with me, and my son, like, he was way experienced. I sound like a bad fucking dad, but." So it was no person I ever wanted to try drugs with was my son because he was experienced. So my son had some ecstasy pills, and he goes, "Okay, Dad, just only take 1.5." And I'm like, "Huh?" And so I took 1.5. I took a half a pill, and this did not do anything. I gave him another. He goes, "Dad, really?"
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, no. So his back was turned, and I took him and I put it in my mouth. And someone's like, really, Dad? I was like, yeah. He goes,
You just took the whole fucking thing?
I took 2 more. And he's just like, really, Dad? And it happened to me one time with Cassandra Puga. That's another story. I was like, oh, I just not doing anything. And I was filming the moment, you know.
Yeah.
And I used to get bottle service. Yeah, I was that dude.
Really?
So anyway, yeah, God, fuck, I was such a prick. God, I was such an asshole. Because I had money. So I was like, fuck it, bottle service.
Everything's mine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So we were sitting at the table, you know, and it was so funny because it was just the only, and I was like a dick. Like, seriously, it'd be me and my son and maybe his best friend and another guy. I didn't have people at my table, bro.
Right.
I didn't have no girls at my table. We would give people shots. We always had the little mixer thing. So we'd mix shots and give it to girls.
Right.
And girls tried to go around our table. Like, no, you can have a drink, but you got to go.
Damn.
We didn't do all that like bullshit. Every once in a while, I would act like I was a rapper and I'll have a bunch of stack of ones and I just throw it in the air like I was somebody.
Damn.
But my son would
it's
be
all
like,
one of 50s and one.
my son would be like, you're going to get robbed. Because my
Yeah.
Dad, really? You don't? I said, we got security. And
All
you know,
eyes on me.
until my son would be like, Dad, really? Why are you trying to act like you're fucking 12? I mean, not 12. Like you're 21, you're some rapper. He's like, Dad, you're like 40. Cut that shit out. And I would always laugh.
Yeah, it's just experience.
Yeah, that's just, and he was like, Dad, really? Stop that shit. So,
That's so funny.
So I took the ecstasy pills. We're in Vegas and we're at the table and my son was like, Dad, you're okay? And I go, you know what? Something's wrong. He goes, drink water. Because he, like I said, he's done it since he was like young.
Holy fuck.
Dad, you need to drink some water. I was like, no, I don't know what's going on. And then I was like, you need to call Cassandra, because that happened one time with Cassandra, this girl I used to go out with. And I found her brother's pills. He used to be he used to
Pop shit.
well, no, he knew celebrities, so he was a high end celebrity dealer.
So he had the best of the best.
Oh yeah. And so one
top
day
end dollar.
I saw his pills and I just, dude, let me try some of these. Fuck.
Fucked you up.
And I forgot. And so I'm thinking my son pills are not as strong as Joshua pills. God, I don't mean to narc on you, Josh. But
right.
But so I just fucking took these in Hollywood, and not Hollywood, in Las Vegas. And my son had to my son was the dad. He was like, Dad, you're gonna be okay. Drink water. You need to come here. Dad, you need to go back to the room. Just lay down. You're gonna be okay. Dad, I was dehydrated.
Wow.
He's like, Dad, you need to drink water. He was coaching me through. And I was like, I'm gonna leave the table. He's like, no, don't leave. I was like, he goes, Dad, I was like, just sign the bill. Don't worry about it. Let's just go. He was like, my health is more important than anything. I don't care. And I go, I need to go. He goes, you know what? We'll just all leave. I was like, no, you guys stay here. I paid for the table.
You just felt like you had to get out of there.
I had to get out of there.
Yeah.
Because my head was spinning.
Everybody was looking at me. Everything's all fucked up. Yeah.
I didn't know, because, I didn't do drugs. So,
I can only imagine.
My son just goes, all right, we'll just leave. So we go back to the hotel. I'm so freaking out. I'm sweating. Go back. The next morning, I get up and my son and fucking Keaton, that little my son's best friend.
Right.
They're sitting there. It was like something like
just laughing at you and shit.
Nah, they're sitting there. The bottles that we had from the bottle service, they took the shit. They took it back to the hotel. Like,
wow,
yeah,
we're gonna take this party home.
Yeah, so they basically stuck the bottle. So that day, after I got bottle service with my son, every time we got bottle service, we never really drink the drink. I think it was more like
partying.
Because we never could drink all the drinks. Because I would get 2 bottles, he would get the bottle. Like I said, it'd be me and my son. Every once in a while, we'll invite some friends or whatever. But basically, it'd be me and my son, and we would just sit and talk. We literally would talk. We had a drink, because he used to drink Jack Daniels.
Dude, this bottle was like 6 months old.
Fuck, good shit.
Good whiskey.
And so
look at this fool.
That's good shit. And so basically, we just used to chill. But my son would take the bottles when we weren't done, because he had that good old thing.
Yeah.
So after that, we would always sneak the bottles out when we were done. Like anytime, we would never finish our bottles. Never, ever. And the place would usually take the bottles no matter where you're at. So
for real?
Hell yeah, you can spend
even after paying for it and everything.
Yeah, you can't take it out of the club. So we would always steal the bottles. We never finished it. Like I say,
right?
We didn't have a bunch of people at our tables. We weren't having girls at our tables. We every once in a while, but my son would kick them off. He's okay, you guys got to go. And I was, where you got to go? He goes, Dad, these girls don't like you. You're old. You're fucking gold diggers. Like, I don't give a fuck. So I do, and he would kick him off the table.
Yeah.
I was like, you motherfucker.
It's always good to have at least somebody to like that.
Yeah,
but you kicking the girls out. Yeah.
Well, because we always have new.
Yeah.
It was just not a big deal.
He's got a bigger vision. He's like, they ain't there
And
for
now
that.
he's just some fucking nice guy. He doesn't even fuck around. I'm with him. We want to go to strip clubs. You want
Really? Is he married or what?
Nah, he's in a relationship, and so he's really deep into like not hurting people's feelings. So he's all about like his.
He's just doing the right thing. I guess.
Always, yeah, because he said he was an asshole, like when he was younger. The dude is good looking. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Like he's a mixed dude. He's handsome. He's charismatic. He's just a good fucking.
Who's
dude.
his mom?
A gangster bitch.
White
Gangster rich white bitch.
or
White trust fund bitch.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm not want to tell my son business, but yeah.
That's what's up. You might have to relight that. It probably died on you.
Yeah, we're talking. That's all I did was talk, bro.
No, that's what you're here for, buddy. That's what you're here for.
I'm
You
good,
can set it
yeah.
down. You're
I'm
good. Set it down.
Yeah, I'm talking. But
That's what you're here for, man. And we're gonna do this much. I think after today, us being more comfortable and you coming over and stuff, and then in the future, I'm gonna be closer.
okay.
So you'll be able to just like, bro,
I got
get off a
millions of
fucking
stories.
plane. You know what
Millions
I
of stories. Get your
Absolutely.
passport, bro.
mean? Not only that, bro, we'll do a show in the UK.
Get your passport.
I need to.
Well, get your passport.
I need to.
Seriously. Like I say,
If I can get on that shit, dude.
when you edit this out, like I said, I'll send you videos and pictures of the
Well,
stories.
when you get home, just send me some of the stuff that we talked about.
Okay.
That you already have already.
Yeah. I'll send you shit tons of stuff. Especially, oh God. I had a friend, Michael. I'm bringing my boy Michael up. So I had a friend who had a sushi restaurant.
Damn.
And he was a manager at this place called Sushi Mania in Brighton. And I had a fucking crazy schedule. First of all, I had shit tons of money, nothing to do with my life, but Michael would call me sometimes at he would wake me up sometimes around 5 p.m. because I'd still be sleeping. Wake him up at 5 p.m. I get up, take a shower, go to the restaurant, Sushi Mania, chicken and rice, whatever I wanted.
Wow.
He'd hook me up, drink some couple of beers. They have casinos everywhere in Brighton. I would go to the casino.
For real?
Yeah, casinos everywhere. And so I would go to the casino.
Damn.
I was fucking crazy. I would bet money. I'm not going to tell you the amount, but I would bet money.
Thousands?
Yeah. And so I would bet money. And then from the casino, there was a strip club right next to it.
Yeah.
There was 2 strip clubs. So I go to the strip club.
Oh my God.
Fuck around, bottle service, fuck around with some of the strippers. Go back. It's like, all right, I'm going to try to win some money again.
Yeah.
Even though I had money, but it was easier when I went. So if I want money,
Get it
I
back
would
type
fucking,
shit.
first of all, English dudes don't make it rain. They don't know what the fuck that is. They will never give money to strippers
It's
like
just
that.
one.
Oh, they don't make it rain. They don't throw money out the girls.
Really?
Unless there's some kind of rappers or somebody.
So it's kind of like an American thing.
They do not make it rain. So the girls, even though people's like, oh, you're just a sucker, you're just an asshole. These girls, you're tricking. I was like, I used to think like that because I didn't have money. So guys who say that bullshit, like
they just don't have the money to
do
float
it.
it.
So when guys would say to me, she's only with you because of money. Motherfucking sure is, bitch. Get money.
Get money.
I don't give a fuck.
That's the story of my life.
I don't give a fuck. So guys are like, oh, she's only with you because you have money. Like,
Yeah.
yes, you're
Run
right.
it up.
Yeah, so because you don't have money, I need to meet your girlfriend.
Right.
Oh, my girlfriend wouldn't go for me. Wouldn't go for you. My girlfriend has more class. Like, motherfucker, I would take your girlfriend and her best friend to Paris. Ain't shit you can do about it. Because the best friend's always going to like, he's
And
gonna
you know
fly to
what's
Paris.
even-
That happened to me in England too. Some guy, he's like, man, you would never take my girl from me. I was like, first of all, motherfucker, you're a 9 to 5er.
Right.
I'm in Europe living my life. You're trying to say your girl wouldn't go for me?
Of course she'll say yes.
And he's like, no. My girl's this, my girl's that. First of all, you're an English asshole who cheated on this girl and you beat her a couple of times.
Right.
You don't think a nice guy like me, who's always showing,
All it takes is one trip.
and that motherfucker's like, no. So I was like, okay. So her best friend, I'm not gonna say their names. Fuck. Her best friend was a stripper too. So I was like, hey, you guys want to go to Amsterdam tomorrow? And they were like, no. And I'm like, well, it's on me. Don't worry about it. They're like, what are you after, Kenny? I'm like, I'm after nothing because that's the English girl. What are you
Right.
fucking after then? You think I'm a fucking slag? Well, yes. First of all, yes. Fucking, I'm not gonna fuck. I work for my fucking money. You fucking jackass. You.
Yeah, giving
I mean,
you
here's the
all-
reason why I was doing this because it worked time and time again. If it didn't work, I wouldn't do this shit.
Right.
So
all you gotta do is fly a girl out, and she's technically
yes.
she's all yours.
there's a rap song. So a lot of Americans don't like English rap, but because I lived in that culture, I understand what they're talking about.
Right.
And there's a rapper who I want to say Dave or maybe it's Central C. He has this line where he goes,
Dude, they're both really good.
and he has a line where he's like, maybe it's Stormzy when he goes, the line goes, I think it's Dave, take a broke bitch. Oh, not take a broke bitch. He said, I think he did say, take a broke bitch, pay for a flight, take a broke bitch, and you should be impressed for one flight.
I think that is Dave.
And he's talking about a girl, if you pay for one flight for them to go somewhere, and they'll just think, holy shit. And I've done this multiple times in America.
Impressed. They're impressed by just.
And it always freaks people out. So my guy friends are like, oh, she's just using you. Oh, you know.
Well, damn right she is. That's and who is she using?
So
me.
I have flew girls to Europe more than once. And it just, because I don't give a fuck. It was just, I had it and I did it. And it was so much fun. Shout out to my girl, Jennifer. I took Jennifer on a 52-day cruise.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So I took her on a cruise ship for 52 days. It was back-to-back cruises. And so Jennifer, best cruise ever. So we did it. It was a half a summer. We went to, I want to say 32 countries, 3 continents.
Holy shit.
And it was actually, because I went to Australia, it was 57 days.
Are cruises worth it? I heard they're not fun.
It depends the ship you go on. No carnival.
No, there's no weed or any of that. Oh.
You'll be surprised.
Really?
You'll be surprised.
Because I heard that if you get caught, it's like...
You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Because if you're on that ship, because the crew, they always have shit. I mean,
oh, yeah, I bet.
Oh, the crew out. Oh,
whatever you need, they got.
The crew always had shit. So if you wanted something, even the, not even just the crew, it's like the, like the, I wouldn't say lieutenant, not the captain, but the lieutenants or the people, like the officers. I mean, it was just a trip, bro. Then you had crew members who would hate on you. So when I was traveling, especially when I was on this one cruise, and of course they were American. This American like white guy, maybe from Pennsylvania. He was a writer. This motherfucker, I think he was writing for Google at the time. He was a freelance writer, and he saw me because and we'd go to casino every night and we'd gamble. Me and my dude and whoever I was with, Jennifer, on this trip. So this motherfucker, he was on part of the cruise, like, because it was 4 cruises back to back. Mm-hmm. So that's why it was, we never got off the ship. We just went to another country. And so this white guy, and I said white guy, stereotyping motherfucker.
It don't bother us, guys. Chill.
And he basically said, oh, this guy has money. He must be a drug dealer. He's young. First of all, I'm older than him. Look, and he's like, oh, he's just throwing money on the table. He must be a drug dealer. So he wrote in this article, on a cruise ship with drug dealers and this and this.
Call
and that.
This number if you need or whatever.
No. He wrote in his articles. He called me a drug dealer because I was having fun living my life, and I was just like, so I contact this motherfucker, and I fucking went off. I go, but I mean, I said some shit.
Right.
That like if he would have like if anything happens to him, yeah, I'd go to prison. Because I was like, you motherfucking stereotyping because my life is good.
Yeah, what kind of reputation building, destroying fucking?
Because I think he was like sensationalizing his story, so it made his story look good by calling me a fucking drug dealer.
Right. Jealousy is one pain of a motherfucker.
Young black man, bro.
Successful.
I don't play the race card often, but that shit was bullshit.
Yeah.
You motherfucker.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like from a very, very young age, I became very, very sympathetic towards black people. And it's weird that they even say it like that, but like I learned history at a very young age, and I learned the struggles of life. And I just learned, through I didn't grow up in poverty. Let me scratch that. I didn't grow up in the rich white neighborhood with like the picket fence with just white people all over. Yeah. My best friends were black. Yeah. When I lost my virginity, it was to a purple girl. You know what I mean?
Cameroon or something? Can I use your restroom?
Absolutely, it's right there.
And this is like an English palace, bro. I swear to God. This is like
Su casa, su casa. Come on. Let's even turn this phone on real quick.
Damn, I'm still alive? See, I'm washing my hands. And I lift the toilet seat. One thing I had to say about you English motherfuckers. Wash your fucking hands when you leave the bathroom. Sons of bitches. That's why I always pound you sons of bitches. I don't shake your hands. I pound you because you fuckers don't be washing your hands. There's your dog.
We opened that door and we let a bunch of mosquitoes in.
Oh, yeah, I get bits. Yeah. You know what?
That's why you already were prepared, yeah.
Oh, because of my Jeep sometimes. They come in my Jeep. I have the top down.
Oh,
So-
man. Yeah, so you've already been dealing with that forever.
God, I wake up in the morning or when you get in the shower, I was like, what is this? Look how friendly you are.
Yeah, she's a very good girl.
You give her
already
doggy treats?
4:30 already.
We can wrap it up, bro. You give her doggy treats?
Oh, yeah, you want to give one?
No, I got some. That's cool.
Here, I'll throw her one.
God, she's living her life good. Wait till I tell what's her face. I mean, it's like, oh my God, was it the dog today? That dog's so happy.
She would love to hear that. Yeah, she would love to hear that from you. I see her all the time, and I don't ever bring up the dog just because I don't want every conversation her and I have to be about the same fucking thing.
This dog is so happy.
Yeah, we're still moving though, but fucking dude, you coming over today was literally fucking like we've been meaning to do this. Now that we've got this whole foundation cooking and shit, you can come over more, bro.
I'm gonna edit this for my little version. I'll send you my little version.
Oh yeah, if you want, we can even put your edited version in the podcast too, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little quick snippet.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be like
Because I think you noticed the black screen.
Yeah.
I think you noticed it almost right away. So then we'll just cut that.
Okay.
Transition it right to where when we transition the camera.
Okay.
And then we'll just. That'll be fucking.
Some behind the scenes shit. Then I can send it to Drama Wire. So Drama Wire, they have a huge following.
Or if you do that.
I'll send it to Drama Wire.
And then if I can get in contact with them and start.
No, what do you mean? You're me, bro. All day long.
Because all I see is ching 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 through the viewers.
It's all day long. So he has a huge following.
Yeah.
His following was so big, Zuckerberg shut him down because he said it was copyright infringement. He had just when I was out in the streets doing interviews for him, huge following. But he put it back up. So
Really?
He put it back right away.
Well, yeah, because with this whole Donald Trump thing, the whole thing's fucking.
But he put it right back up. But
I wanted to ask you, there's this news topic thing going on in Texas. It's this whole entire thing of these two white twin brothers. They're 17, and they're at a track meet.
Oh,
and this other 17-year-old black
kid, stabbed him, and
he's claiming self-defense. And so this is what's happening.
And he got a house. They got money.
He got his bond reduced to $250,000, which was $1 million at first.
Something.
That's exact. And he's claiming self-defense. His family's gotten over $500,000 from the GoFundMe, while the victim's family's gotten $100,000. What is I wanted to see and this is the only reason why I wasn't even gonna bring this up.
Yeah.
But the reason why, because I'm white.
Yeah.
You're black. Obviously, between us and our relationship, color has nothing to do with our relationship. But for the viewers and the people that are seeing this and stuff that are, black, white, whoever they are, what do you think about this situation? And then I'll share my.
Okay. So I wasn't there, and I know how the media portrays certain things.
It's fucked up.
So the media can portray something different. But as an aspect, as far as him being black, the 2 times I've been robbed, it was by black people.
Really?
People that I've known. So I don't play that race card all the way. I treat people as they treat me. Because these dudes came at me like, "Oh, you were brothers. How come you don't invite me?"
He seems like a good kid too. Like
yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't know the situation.
I
So
know. You can turn the light off if you need to.
there's a mosquito in here, so I don't know the whole situation. So I know when the government came after me, it was just such bullshit.
Were they playing the racial card too?
They just went heavy stereotypes.
Heavy.
They said I was an international drug dealer.
RICO charges and shit.
Oh, they tried all kinds of shit. I was a pimp, pandering. That's what they put out there. But of course, I wasn't charged. But people saw this. They put it out there, and so people were like, "Oh my God, did you hear about blah 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 blah? He's doing this." Like, what the fuck?
Right.
So when I contact my lawyer, and my lawyer was a piece of shit, by the way. Don't ever get a public defender. He was a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
He was like, "No, everything's gonna be okay," but he let this shit go on. And then I was like, well, why are people telling me this? And people said they saw it on the reports and this and that. But I think the whole thing was just try to get me to come in, because I didn't have to come back to America.
Plead. They wanted you to come in.
I didn't. If I was stayed in Europe, might have been good, because they didn't have that conspiracy shit.
Because you're already out.
So if I would have, if I would say be on a run, but if I didn't come back to America, I would have been good.
Yeah.
But it was all perpetuated because of a woman. She wanted
That's
the
all
beach
it
house.
ever is.
It was a woman. She wanted something from my guy. I was in business with my guy, and because she didn't get what she wanted, and because of their bad business dealings from back in the day, she lumped me into what they were doing, and the government wanted something from me about my guy, but I didn't snitch.
Right. Well, it's
I mean, I can say I didn't snitch, but there was, when I was going through that whole thing, I met a lot of people who you think that weren't snitches were just the biggest
bitches.
But they had the whole, nigga, what's up? What, nigga, I'm this and that.
Right.
Nigga, I'm on the streets, and they were the biggest fucking hypocrites. And so you listen to these stories from people, and it's just like, what the fuck? Shit didn't add up. I mean, it just didn't add up. So, I didn't go to prison or anything like that, but I was in the detention center because they were trying to figure me out, because they couldn't find nothing on me. I wasn't a criminal. I wasn't on social media.
Right.
And they were just trying to figure out
who I was. There was no proof or evidence.
No, they couldn't. All they had was signed signatures from my business
and
partner.
Then people's fucking stories.
And then and my phone. So they just tried to use shit on my phone, which was no evidence. But anyway, my piece of shit lawyer, he didn't give me all the evidence what I needed.
Right.
And because they froze my bank account.
I remember we talked a little bit about
that. They froze my bank account, so I didn't have any money. It was just crazy, bro. So I had to go with a PA, and I didn't want my family to use money because I didn't think it was going to last that long. But like I say, my lawyer was a piece of shit. He just wanted me to sign the plea, and me not knowing how the court system works, because I've never been in this type of trouble. It is what it is. Life experience. But I would have to say that going through this experience, I just that whole like I said, I wasn't in a hardcore prison or anything like that. I never went to prison. But just that whole holding cell thing is, when you talk to people, it's like they're delusional. So they have this thing, they have all these rules. So in these rules, while you're in there, they're really heavy. You can't steal. If you steal, you get your ass beat. You can't lie. If you lie, you get your ass beat.
Yeah.
You can't, there's all these rules. You got to be clean. You got to do this and that. You got to respect someone. You always got to, acknowledge someone's presence.
Right.
You don't disrespect. You don't walk in front of somebody. You don't walk in front of somebody without saying, excuse me. Or you can't ask personal questions without saying, do you mind? Or, I don't want to be nosy, but do you mind if I ask? You just can't ask questions like that, or else they'll take it as offensive, like you're being nosy.
So you're definitely walking on eggshells.
Oh, yeah, because some of these motherfuckers are just crazy.
Self-aware.
Oh, yeah. So you just learn. You learn fast. You got yours, you get your ass beat. And so when I'm talking to these cats in there, and I gain respect because I got into a couple of fights.
Right.
And so once you get a couple of fights, it was crazy because they didn't think you would fight, and so you get
so
your respect.
they know he's with it. Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was nuts. And I fought two little gangbangers from Tucson. You fucking little bitches. You like, it was like Tupac all over again. You paid 135. Are you fucking kidding me?
Snap you like a stick.
But they, you know, they had the tattoo.
Looking just like me, all
The
skinny.
dude had
and
facial
stinky.
tattoos and this and that. He was like, "Cuz I'm this and that, you little soft weed London," because you know,
Yeah.
you little English motherfucker.
All you gotta do
fake
is
ass
just
nigga.
grab them.
And I was like, "Look, man," because they have this thing where you go, "Let's go to the room." So you just go in the room.
Right.
And I didn't think dude was. He didn't think I was gonna do it. I was looking at him. He was just talking. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm letting him keep talking. I'm gonna fuck this dude because I can't wait to fuck him up.
That's all it takes. Yeah.
Because believe it or not, when I was a football player, I was very aggressive.
Mm.
I wasn't that soft dude.
That was the way to express.
So my
yourself.
dude was. I don't know if you might be too young. So I patterned my game after Ronnie Lott. So I was fucking just
Vicious.
aggressive. Didn't give a fuck. I was light, but I was just fucking just a hitter.
Right.
Didn't give a shit.
Crack.
And they knew, like, people after a while, they're like, "Oh, this motherfucker." So I end up. So I forget, I think his name was Little Jerry or Little J. I don't want to. I know nigga might shoot me, so I don't want to say his name. So we end up going to the room. I fucked that kid up.
Yeah, dude.
I had a grown man strength, so he had like this little 20-year-old strength.
Yeah.
I had grown ass man strength, and
Just
he
tossed him around.
I was
Yeah.
like, and I remember kicking his ass like, "How's those face tattoos fight for you?" Because you know he thought he had
because he
face
thought they were
tattoos.
tough
So,
enough.
So yeah, how those face tattoos do for you? And I was like, "Look, bro."
I never understood that shit.
So you know what, to be cool, after I kicked his ass and everything, I gave him a little care package. Like, bro, it's all good. You know, just now you know.
Right.
You know, like when dudes would come in, because
it's
my
a
family was so
respect
dope,
thing,
bro.
yeah.
My family was so fucking dope. Like a lot of these dudes, you know, even though they were pimps and they was this and they was that, they had no family, bro. Nobody backed them. So when they were locked up, no
Right.
one gave them shit. So my family had my fucking back, bro. Like I always had shit. Like, you know, my shout out to my nephew Glenn. That
Hell
dude looked
yeah.
after me, bro.
Hell yeah.
I kept money in my books, but there was dudes who didn't have anything, so I would always look after them. So
right.
I became like the pod father or
right.
whatever.
Hey, he's cool. Don't he looks out for us. Don't touch it. Yeah.
No, but it got around. So some of the guys, and you know, because you know, the shit's so segregated. So
no shit.
all the blacks in there, they needed something. They want to ask questions or whatever. Like, yeah, I got you. Then they started asking me questions about traveling, and you know, if I've ever been there, and I'll tell them. And I was like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, you know, the big part of, you know, me traveling was this and that. And they're like, oh, that's fucking amazing.
Right.
Then you had the haters, like, oh, he didn't do that. If he did it, this and that,
Yeah.
oh, he wasn't smart enough. So my son is so fucking dope. When I tell you how dope my son is, so my
That's fucking
son,
dope as shit.
so my son, you know, sent me a shit tons of pictures. And all I had to do is show guys pictures.
And then they're like, what?
Motherfucker,
Yeah.
nigga, for real? And then, you know, I try not to show people my paperwork because, you know, they see it and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, this motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's about his business. Oh, shit. Then you start getting all these business proposals. I'm like, bro, no.
What are they trying to tell you?
They gave me business proposals like, man, we can do this. One guy goes, man, we can do a condom machines that have rubbers, lube. You know, we go where all the hookers hang out. We get
Wow.
what you call them, a vending machine with tampons, lube, condoms, blunts.
That's a good idea.
So yeah, but he broke it down, bro. And then I had guys like, man, you know, with our connects, he said, with our connects, he told me, with our connects, dog, like, we should open a pizza shop. I was like, where's your money at?
AKA you.
Hey man,
With his idea, with your money.
hey man, when we get out, man, we need to kick it. So I only talked to one person, and shout out to Michael. He was my old celly, and yeah, he's the only person I talked to, and
Yeah.
he's pretty funny. A little Tucson Crip.
Yeah.
You know, you know, of God willing, he got back into trouble.
Freaking.
God willing, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah. So I would have to say, man, I experienced so much. I got to experience just about a little bit of everything, and I never. Well, fuck that. Not in my wildest dreams, but I'm glad I got to live certain things, so I can relate to just about any and everything.
What
And
do you think that kid's going through right now?
Oh, Michael?
The freaking Camelo Anthony.
I don't know, bro. I honestly, I think he's gonna do some time.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the media.
Do you think it was self-defense?
I wasn't there.
I know.
So
I know.
I don't know. Like
I know, but
said,
if you had to like,
I wasn't there, bro. I'm gonna be honest because I know how the media and how things portray.
I think it was self-defense.
So. I wasn't there. So like I can't say anything. I never read up on the case or anything
Yeah.
like that.
You haven't?
So I don't know enough about it to say yeah, this and that. So unless I read about something, because you know, like I said, I've been through some shit, so I'm not gonna stereotype anything.
I hope he doesn't have to like do too much time.
Usually,
just because there's a lot of self-defense cases out there that I feel like they got beat really easily.
Usually in situations like that, when it's a black and white issue,
I hate it.
And if it triggers the trigger word for most blacks, I don't give a shit. You call somebody a nigger or whatever, and that's just a trigger. So in our heads, we just flip out. But if you can control
Which
yourself,
is understandable though.
I used to get hot head. I remember somebody called me a nigger one time. Asian kid beat me up. That's one of my losses. Jimmy Chung, fuck you, Jimmy Chung. We gotta have a rematch. Not only did Jimmy Chung kick my ass, he took my bitch.
Wow. And he still called me the N-word.
Yeah, he took my bitch. The nigga cut my lip up.
Wow.
She was like, you was drunk, but to be fair, so that's another story. So Jimmy Chung, that's one of my losses.
Really?
I literally keep records. So I think I'm like,
holy shit.
I think I'm like 17-4.
That's a lot of fights, Kenny.
17-4.
Holy
17-4. Jimmy Chung. I think Jimmy Chung was my last.
You must have just.
No, I got beat up. I got into a fight in jail where that was probably no, that nigga got me in jail.
Really?
Yeah, it was all good though, but I got respect.
Were you ever like the starting? Like, did you ever start, or were you just always having to react to somebody starting shit with you?
Yeah, mostly reaction.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So usually someone thinks I'm
Somebody's
soft,
got a problem with you,
especially because of my vernacular way I talk.
Respond, yeah.
And so usually they'll say some shit, and I'll egg them on. I'll keep talking shit, knowing I can beat the fucking person up.
Yeah.
So I'll egg them on. But with Jimmy Chung, I wasn't thinking. I was hot, and I think it was honestly. This is so crazy. It was the first piece of ass I ever got. So I was like 24, 25.
Oh, so you were like, that's mine.
Yeah, so I didn't know how to react. I think it was the first piece of ass I got.
Mad, yeah.
I was like 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jimmy
that
Chung
booty was yours.
Well, Jimmy Chung had money, bro. So I didn't have money Jimmy Chung had. This motherfucker would wreck a car every week and get a new car. Yeah, his family owns a couple. Their family owns a couple of Vons, Alversons. They own a restaurant. The South Korean dude. Money. Badass. Fucking finest sister in the world. Wealthy. So, he's going to beat me. Like, I was a gardener. He's going to beat me all day long. So I get it. But at the time, in your head, you're like, he's Asian dude. I'm black. I'm hot. Good looking.
Like that, yeah.
No, when you're young, you're just thinking you're going to win. But he had all the resources. This motherfucking boy. Yeah, of course she's going to pick. I was living in somebody's trailer park. So, living in somebody's back room. So, pretty much an outhouse. So Jimmy had a house.
We don't think like that, though, at that time.
Nah.
We still think we're better.
But yeah, so it was the first piece of ass I got. So Jimmy Chung, we were at a party and, he talked to her.
Yeah.
Here's what Aaron Gary, what's up, Aaron? And Jimmy Chung.
Holy shit.
He she was supposed to come to my house and I found out she was at Jimmy's house. Jimmy had a little party. And I was like, what the fuck? So I went in there. I was trying to get her out, being a dumbass, like a fucking, just a dumb fucking punk. Tried to go, hey, you need to come out to the party, you with me. And Jimmy, fuck you for not inviting me to the party. Wow, this is bullshit. You cock blocking me, not thinking all the way. Like, I'm not gonna win. This nigga got money. He's a millionaire. And so I tried to rest her out of the party. Man, Jimmy had words. And, I'm walking back. We're just talking. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave. He called me a nigger. So
God.
So Jimmy was walking back as I blindsided. I'm thinking it's over because I'm a nigga. So I'm like, bah, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, that's what you get my luck. That motherfucker turned around and just like, pop, 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 pop. I'm like, trying to get this crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and so he got me a couple of times. I'm talking shit. So
my God.
I keep cutting my lip. And so I'm like, what the fuck? So it kind of broke the fight up, but I had blood. So this motherfucker made me bleed. He cut my lip. So they broke it up and I snuck one in again.
Wow.
And then he had some like fucking Bruce Lee anger or some shit. I don't know what the fuck, some superpower. That motherfucker, I couldn't stop this motherfucker. So he hit me up. I'm all against the car and shit. All was flailing. I'm like, oh shit. That nigga hit me all in my ribs and shit. Like, ah.
Dude, what the fuck?
So they finally broke it up and I had to go to the hospital because I had to get stitches. He got my lip pretty good. And so I had stitches in my lip. And mind you, he's from a rich area. He's from Claremont. I'm from Pomona. So I had to get stitches in my lip. I still have the little bump. And so the person who I was living with, rest in peace, Bobby McGuire, because I lived in the trailer park, Mormons.
Yeah.
And
holy shit.
And so Bobby came back the next day. He's like, hey man, he's like, you got beat up by Jimmy Chung? I was like, yeah, I was a little drunk. It's all good. He goes, well, people are talking this and that. I go, who's talking? I go, you little punk ass white boys are talking. I got beat up by. I go, oh, I lost the fight. Right. But is he talking shit? And then he's like, well, you know, he said this and everyone said that. I was like, so you motherfuckers are talking shit? I was like, you know what? I see what type of people you guys are. So you think it's over. So for some reason, fucking Jimmy Chung came to the house with Bobby. I was like, I go, listen, bro, you still talking shit? I'm sober now. Look, what's up? I go, and I was like, this will not turn into a nigga. I'll catch that fade right now. What you trying to do? And, sometimes I have my nigga.
The whole flip, the switch.
Yeah, sometimes, switch. It's like, switch. And then you want to catch that fade right now? Like, what the fuck? You talking shit, bro? I was like, you got me, but nigga, it ain't over. Let's do this.
Right.
And so Bobby's dad came in, hey. I was like, nah, this motherfucker's talking shit. I go, he's like, hey, it's over. I was like, no, fuck that. I was like, what's up? I'm trying to sit this motherfucker. I'm
back at it again, yeah.
Because I was sober. I mean, mind you, he did fuck me up, but I was in my right head, and I was mad that he was talking shit.
Thinking about it.
I was like, nigga, this ain't over. You can't talk shit. I mean, you won, it's cool. Let that shit go, bro. But don't be like saying I'm a bitch or a pussy. So I'm trying to hit this nigga. I'm swinging. Damn near broke my hand because I'm hitting cabinets and shit.
Right.
And Jimmy Chung is like, hey. I was like, hey, when I see you, bro, we got to get this done.
Right.
We got to get this done. You're talking shit. It's not over.
Yeah.
I was like, because you got me? That's cool. But it ain't over.
Yeah.
I was like, I know where the fuck you from, bro. But where I'm from, you talking shit? I was going to let that shit go.
Yeah.
I was going to let that shit go. But, you know, I'll take the ass beating.
Right.
But you talking shit. And then, for some reason, those rich-ass white kids, the time I started to, like, get all tough. I was like, so I had to slap a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like, motherfuckers got it confused.
They
like,
ain't gonna do anything either.
I was like, oh, you got Jimmy. Shut the fuck. I slapped somebody. I was like, Kenny, why'd you do that? And then one of the guys like, hey, he was talking shit. He's like, don't talk to me like that, bro.
Yeah.
You're not that I'm built like that, but I hung out with fucking dudes where I'm from, bro. Like, I'm from the other side of the tracks.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna have these fucking little rich ass privileged kids talk shit to me like that. And I remember slapping this one kid, and it was like, he's just a bully. We'll get Jimmy Chung on him. That was kind of funny.
That's interesting you say
Just
that,
like,
bro.
Don't talk shit like that, bro.
Not to transition the story, but to kind of like piggyback literally off that, like, I feel like I've dealt with that my whole life.
It's fucking crazy.
Where, bro, I probably really don't need to say this, but like, I've been friends with killers. I've been friends with people that are like have done the worst of the worst. And I've been, at an early age, I was surrounded by just, you know, people that sold dope, people that freaking were in cartels, people that, when I was 13, people in the cartel gang would throw AR guns in my chest and ask me where my father was because he was in prison. And then he would be like, exactly, so take care of your mom in this house full of drugs. And so I would have to hold down a trailer full of meth with my mom. Like, there's so much experience. And so, like, when you go through these little examples of, like, people who don't know who the fuck they're dealing with, but they're obviously, they're trying to make you seem like you don't even know who you are. It's like, and it's so easy to just snap.
Just snap. When you snap, there's just no controlling.
And you know how many people go through that? And now they're in prison because they snap.
Yeah.
And now their whole lives are just ruined.
Fucked up, yeah. I'm blessed enough to not get too involved in some crazy shit, but I've been in situations where if I would have made one choice, I would have been in a bad situation.
Fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, but I made the right choice a couple of times.
I couldn't imagine, like, I hate bringing this up all the time, but it's just who I am, and it sucks that, like, obviously I'm white.
Yeah.
But my soul's black. And my culture and my heart, bro, like, and that's why I'm able to fucking be family with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I've seen your videos back in the day.
Bro, I'm white.
Shocked the shit out of me, bro. I was like, look at boy band with the boys,
bro.
With the shit. I saw the video. I was like, oh, look at him. That's why I was like, gee,
I'm as white as it gets, but like, bro, I'm straight from poverty, bro. Like, straight from the hood, and so like I understand, and that's why, like, when I see it and I hear it and I go like, it's just. It breaks my heart. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can even imagine, man. You know what I mean? That shit is just a bunch of bullshit.
So what I liked about and you know, there's a lot of blacks in England like to think that England is real racist. It was like they don't have nothing to compare it to, but compared to America, it's not even close.
I think America's probably got to be
it's not even close.
Racist.
So, but it's cute that I can't say cute because that's all they know. When they go, oh, this person's racist, the cops are racist. Like, wow. Because they don't know this side of America. And don't get me wrong. I love America. I've had the best fun of my life in America. I wouldn't change my life for shit. I wouldn't want to live in another country but America. But I do love visiting other countries because my family's here.
It's just
And-
perspective, different experiences,
yeah,
different.
I
you
love
get to
going to
see
different
how
places.
they're living.
But this is where I'm from. This is where I'm at. This is my family
It's your home.
foundation, my home. So even though I love traveling to certain places, but I
What country
always,
was the most racist towards you that you probably had to experience? Not people, but just like as a country where you were like, yo, this country got it wrong. They focused on old living here.
probably Australia.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably why you felt.
Probably Australia. And the thing is, I mean, there were some good people there, but just, I think once they find out that you're American is different, but why do they have to say I'm American for you to treat me different? Because there's Africans everywhere. You know, there's a lot. It was so funny. Every country I went to.
I never
So,
thought
but
about
once they
that.
found out I was American, you know, I was, treated a little bit different.
Why do I have to say I'm American
yeah.
for you to treat me differently?
Yeah. So it was, I would say Australia, but don't get me wrong. I have one of my really good friends, Lindsay.
Right.
I got to show you pictures of Lindsay. That's the homie.
Oh yeah.
Penthouse Playmate of the Year
Woo!
in Australia. That's the homie. So,
God damn, I can only imagine.
So Lindsay used to like, that was my girl. She showed me around. She took me to the Gold Coast when I was in Australia, and but I dealt with some shit in Australia a couple of times, but I let it go because I didn't. It's not my country. That's
a lot of
their
white
views.
people out there and shit.
That's their point of views. That's what they grew up on. I don't think they know any better. So I wasn't tripping.
You're like, I'm just a visitor. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a visitor. So there's no way I can. But they did I had some bullshit happen to me there a couple of
What
times.
about in your homeland? Here, freaking in your home, do you ever experience more racism here than out there?
Here, you know what? I'm at the age where I don't even let that shit
It
bother
doesn't
me
even.
now.
It doesn't even.
It does because my life is so
You're
different
just
now.
so
When I was younger,
positive now, though.
so when I was younger, it was like it would have triggered some shit. But now it's like, it doesn't. Because like I said, man, I've been so blessed. I get to see so many things. Got so many good friends. I like the time. Remember, did I tell you that time when I was late work night and I had to make some deliveries, and this kid he was like nigger, and I was like, you motherfucker. So I kind of laughed. He was a kid. He was a young kid, and I was like, do I chase him down? I was like, no, you know what? It's Arizona. The motherfucker might have a gun.
Right.
He had a big ass truck, so I was just like, this son of a bitch. So
the fucking balls on that person.
I was like, I know where the person lives at. I know the truck. So I was like, this motherfucker, how dare him? Because I know the house. He has two fine ass sisters that have Jeeps, by the way. And so I see that.
It's like, how idiot do you have to be
like,
I know where you live.
So, but I don't think he knew. I don't think he came to. I don't think he didn't know. And so and I was like, this motherfucker. It was just because it was. I didn't get mad, but he's like, nigga. It was like, this motherfucker, did he really just do that? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like I said, I'm at the point in my life, it's like, you fucking little kid. So the first, and I'm fucking a vindictive, like, person somewhat.
Right.
So the first couple I saw was they were walking their dog, and I rolled down one of the door, hunky,
Right.
and just started laughing. They were looking at me like, what the fuck did we do?
Yeah.
So it's like my get back.
I totally get it.
And I was like laughing. They were all confused. Like, what the fuck? Why would he? He's crazy, man.
I
just laughed and laughed and
I
laughed.
understand it.
And then like it was like, so they kind of like made me feel a little bit better.
Do you feel like I guess I would never know because I'm obviously white, but like, do you feel like when you were younger, do you feel like it maybe was like you were looking for more ways to find the racism out of people?
Nah, bro, I was with my boys. We just had fun. We didn't realize it until, once you get into the workplace or around people that's not from your neighborhood or from your area that you grew up with,
right?
And you see the bullshit, and that's it. But growing up, nah, we were our parents kind of like they prepared you, but they made it like. I was lucky. I got to grow up in a two-parent household. So you grew up in a two-parent household. It makes a big difference, especially in the Black community. So I was lucky enough to be in my community that I grew up in. I say like the islands. It's like supposed to be like a bad neighborhood, but we all loved each other. It was a community. But if you don't live in that community, you would think it was just bad. Oh, really? It's so bad. But we knew, what was what, and the community looked after each other, like the neighbors and everything. But if you weren't from that neighborhood, you would just think it was just bad. And so that's the misconception of like the Black community, especially South Central or Jordan Jones or whatever. If you're from that neighborhood, it's like that's where you're from. So from the outside, it can be dangerous because they don't know you. But if you're from that neighborhood,
it's fucking birds chirping, roses.
Same thing. That's anywhere in any like hood.
Really?
If you're from that certain neighborhood, you can say it's bad. I mean, but
Because shit happens every day, but
yeah,
obviously,
but you know how to move around the
there,
bullshit.
right?
And I think that's just the whole world thing because that's all you know. So anything outside of that, they were like, okay, I see what these people are thinking. But when you tell people, no, it wasn't that bad. Because when I tell people I grew up where I grew up at, they're like, oh, you must have got beat up. It's like, why? Because you don't seem like you're from that neighborhood. You seem like the way you are, the way you dress, the way you act. It's like, no. It's like, why would they beat me up? Well, you seem like no, I actually fought motherfuckers. It's like no one bullied me. It's like I actually there was one fight I had. Oh God, I don't want to say my boy's name. Well, fuck. Chris Nero can tell the story. Shout out to Chris Nero. So all my stories I have fact checkers. So this one guy, he thought he was gonna bully me, and I think I had to be 17. I was 18 because it was my senior year. I was 18, so he thought he didn't know anything about me. I just moved into this. We moved from the islands into like this kind of like northern Pomona, which is better. Well, I wouldn't say better, but it was a lot. We could shoot when a garage door open. So, so it was like that type of neighborhood. You leave your bike in the front
whole
yard.
different
vibe. Yeah. It was just we had white neighbors and shit. Like it was totally.
That's a game
vibe.
Changer from coming from where you're from.
Yeah, it was a totally different vibe. But even though where I came from, they were still my boys. It was cool. But when I saw people leaving their garage door open and bikes in the front yard, I was like, what kind of fucking neighborhood is this?
We made it. That's it right there.
It was just a joke, bro. And so it was just so weird. So this dude, he knew nothing about me. He didn't know I was from the islands. He just thought I was some black white dude listening to like my music, the flat top, and I remember playing football. We used to play at this park because back in the day you play football at the park, and so I did something kind of embarrassed him or whatever, so he got all mad. And we were playing. And I ripped his shirt, so he was looking for any reason to fight me. So he was like, "Motherfucker, you didn't since tonight," because his other friend wanted to fight me the day before. But to be honest, I wasn't trying to fight Blakey.
Blakey. You knew he had hands or what?
Oh, Blakey had hands.
Fuck
People probably know who Blakey was. I was like,
fuck that.
Only time I'd fight Blakey if Blakey was to come at me.
Right.
But Blakey
had to respond.
I had to respond. But man, Blakey kind of got into it. I was like, well, let me just back up because I know he's got hands and the fight's not going to go the way I want it to go. But I won't let him talk shit to me. So me and Blakey, we had it, and then I kind of like we were talking shit. And I was like, yeah, motherfucker. That bullshit. Yeah, motherfucker.
You want some of this? Come over here.
Yeah, you want to come over here, motherfucker. But
you wanted this. But I wanted it. You better come get it.
But didn't use the word, I didn't want the smoke, but I didn't want the smoke. But if he would have came out, I had to have the smoke. I couldn't back down. But.
I'm going to keep walking, but if you want some of this, you know where it's at. So, I'm not trying to tell the dude's names, but Chris, if Chris contacted Chris would say the guy's name if Chris was watching. So Chris was there, and so Chris was like, and so the guy who saw me kind of backed up, he sensed like, oh shit, Kenny didn't want any smoke. So the next time we played, he started talking shit. I was like, nah, I knew I can beat his ass. Right. So where you go? What the fuck are you talking about? I'll fuck you up.
No, I let it go. I let it go for about a week, and then finally I was like, you know what? Because I set him up. I used to set up the gangster sometimes. So I was like, you know what? We'll fight next week. And I was like, and he's like, what? Motherfucker, we fight? No. We'll fight next week. And so this is going to sound crazy as fuck. And people can tell you. So if I knew I was going to fight somebody, I would actually train like a boxer.
Really?
Because I had to jump rope and shadow boxing.
I trained 1 week of just going all in.
I literally trained because I knew I was going to fight the person, so I did my little training.
Wow.
You can ask. We had my dad was a football coach. So we had the blocking dummies, so I would practice kicking and all that shit. And so my family's like, this motherfucker's getting ready to fight somebody because I would train literally would train. So my family knew. And so
who are you about to fight? What?
Yeah, this nigga's about to fight. So my stepdad's like, this nigga's about to fight. Who you about to fight, boy? Don't get your ass kicked because you can talk shit. I was like, I ain't gonna lose. He goes, yeah, motherfucker, because my stepdad was funny as fuck.
Yeah,
he was that motherfucker. He's like, yeah, nigga, don't you lose. Like, I'm gonna beat this dude's ass. Because I hear about it. Yeah, if you get your ass whooped, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Oh my god! So, if you get your ass beat, come back home.
I'm gonna beat your ass. Yeah. And so I trained for about. I knew it would take about a week to beat Mitch. I almost said his name.
God damn, that's so funny.
So and I had my cousin Leroy, rest in peace. He was there. He stayed some passing. He stayed with us. And so Chris, my boy Pat Till, who was my friend, who was the asshole, and so I decided James Murphy. James Murphy was there. James Murphy was my neighbor. Shout out to James Murphy.
That's so funny.
So you know what I did? I made posters. And
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. That my boys can tell you, made posters and put it around the neighborhood.
Selling
Kenny
the fight?
Rufus, because I thought it was Sugar Ray Leonard. Kenny Sugar Ray Rufus,
Oh my god.
Max the Brawler Richmond, Harrison Park, this date, this time.
Time, day,
Oh, I put
everything.
shit all over the little neighborhood. And it was a fucking crowd. People, parents were there.
Wow.
And I remember showing up with a fucking robe, my bathrobe.
You were like, ah, motherfucker.
This nigga showed up. Matt showed up and had my little robe and shit. And I'm like, what's up? And then he's like, what's up? I just pop, pop, pop,
Wow.
pop, pop. Like, because I was training. I was doing my Sugar Ray Leonard shit. Like, I was literally thought I was a boxer. Like,
Right.
this is going to sound crazy as fuck. I was watching tape. And
Wow.
Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray.
That's probably
Marvin
the best
Hessler.
way to learn, though.
And so I was just doing all the little combinations and just shit. And
Thinking you're the hot shit.
oh, I beat this nigga's ass. Beat his ass. Beat his ass.
Oh, man.
So if I knew I was gonna fight somebody, like,
You were prepared.
oh, I was prepared.
Yeah.
But you know, I wasn't prepared for Jimmy Chung and Michael Corrier beat my ass in the hallway. But so that's why I think I got my ass beat by Jimmy Chung.
I never got my ass beat.
I got my ass kicked.
I got jumped, though, one time. Actually, I got jumped twice by 4 Mexicans that I grew up with. And they put a gun in my face.
Damn.
And I had a backpack full of Motha.
Wow.
Whole bag full. And they asked me for like $200 worth.
Yeah. Ooh.
And I thought I could trust them. They said, put it right in my face, and then all 4 of them started kicking me, and I just,
Ooh.
I didn't want to give the bag
Was
up.
this in Arizona?
Flagstaff.
Damn.
I was
Northern Arizona?
I was 16.
What the fuck are you doing in Northern Arizona?
That's where I grew up for 15 years.
No shit.
Yep. So I was by the time I was 17, I was making $5,000 a week selling weed, and
That's why you're a rapper.
I would convince over 100 students out of high school to ditch school every Friday to come with me to go hiking every Friday, and they would buy weed off me. I would smoke them out. They would listen to me rap, and that's where my whole career started because
Street shit.
I would sell, and then they would hear me rap all high, and then they would call me G30. They would come and watch me perform. They would.
That's how you got your fan club. I remember watching the video.
That's how it all started. Is because I would just all these. Over 100 kids would ditch school to follow me,
And that's when you opened up for Wu-Tang?
and that's
This
when
kid
I
opened up
started.
for Wu-Tang. That's crazy.
That's when I started making moves. But then I got into this relationship with this 17-year-old Latina,
Ooh.
where nobody would talk to her. Everybody ignored her. So I was like, all right, bet she's mine then. Nobody will fuck
She was
with
that
her.
cute?
Yeah.
Yeah, then one of those.
And then I found out that she liked to smoke meth. She liked to
Yeah.
fucking party. She liked to do these things. But I was already in love.
Yeah.
It's because I was already digging her down.
Yeah.
And so I kept her around, and a lot of things kept happening, and I fucked up a lot of opportunities. And that was the one time I got jumped. And then there was another time where I got jumped. I have to think about this. So the one time was with the gun. I've had guns I've had people get in my car and then put guns in my head. I've been pistol whipped before.
Damn,
I had to get 9 staples in the back of my head.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, just because this guy put a gun in my head, and I looked at him and said, "You're gonna have to kill me, bro."
So he just hit you with the
And he
gun?
hit me with it, and I passed out. And I woke up, and all my shit he took everything. Just because I'm not afraid to die, and I'm not gonna die over fucking $300, and I'm not gonna just give it to you. You know what I mean?
Look at this cat.
Yeah.
Fucking boy band.
Yeah.
Layers to your shit, bro.
It's just
Layers.
and the worst part is people. That's the whole reason why I had to leave the city where I came from, is because everybody saw me rising and they
You're from
wanted a piece of
Flagstaff,
it.
bro?
Yeah, they wanted a piece of it.
So you came here, so you had to reinvent your whole self?
I had to create a whole new life with a whole new identity. So I went when I was 19. I went and found God, and I was just this whole person. I was I made music. I was a money maker, and I was a pussy.
Well, you're
yeah.
Church pussies the best.
Yeah. My father just got done doing 15 years in prison.
I remember you telling me when I first met you.
And so I came out here, got to meet him, got to know him.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
And I was this wannabe I wasn't a wannabe gangbanger, but I was a wannabe, like, I knew what hood,
Yeah.
like, bro, I don't put a barrel in somebody's mouth before.
You have?
I have.
Nah.
I've had to. When I grew up, the cartel members would be like,
Damn.
you know, we're about to do this home invasion on this random $1 million home.
Wow.
And if you don't do it, we're going to steal all of the shit in your house and put a gun in your mom's mouth and rob you. And then let everybody know that you're a bitch. And that all your friends know that you're a bitch. And everybody who knows who you are, you're a bitch. And so that, what do you fucking do in that kind of situation? You join the program. You hand me that gun. Who is it? Where am I going?
Yeah.
And it's such a sucker world because you realize the kids that you grew up with, all it takes is for any amount of money for them to put that barrel in your face.
I think, yeah.
And so I just learned that, like, that wasn't the life I wanted.
Yeah, I think my son went through that too. And, you know, he has some stories. He doesn't tell me. He told me enough where it's just like, what the fuck? Every once in a while, he'll tell me more stories.
I get shaky just talking about it, bro.
Yeah. He's told me some shit.
Kids I grew up with for 12, 13 years come over to my house, knew my mom, knew my little sisters, say hi, knew their names. Fucking tried to kill me.
Yeah.
I get in PTSD just talking about it. And it's like the code isn't code anymore like it used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
like I say, I was lucky enough to go in an era where we fought. I mean, there were some shootings, but we literally fought. And if you got your ass kicked, you didn't go out. Well, later on, I think when crack came in, drug dealers, they started shooting each other, started shooting people, random people, or people that was associated with it. But like, you know, it wasn't like it is now. Like, you know, like we lived outside of South Central, but South Central, I remember going back, you know, to visit, and it was dangerous. I remember just being like fucking like.
I can only imagine.
I just been like, it felt like I was a tourist. So we would go to Crenshaw, just like in the movie. Me and my boy Chris Nero again, shout out.
Damn.
We would go. He had a Lord Nissan truck.
So shit, that shit was true.
Yeah, so we would go down his Lord Nissan truck. We'd go down Crenshaw, and you know we're dudes from Pomona, so we don't. Our LA thing, our LA pass was already gone because we hadn't lived in LA. No, we were done. Like we weren't. Even though we were born in LA, but our family had migrated to Pomona. So it's interesting. And so even though we were from LA, but we weren't from LA. I mean, we had family there.
That makes sense.
But you know, like I say, born.
It's like over the amount of time you guys.
We're from Pomona, so that's why I have the LA because I was born in LA, and I got the P for Pomona.
That's so badass. So, I always thought it was for pirates or something.
Nah, it was from Pomona to show because I grew up in Pomona, but I was born and raised. I was born in LA, and I still have family in LA, and all my teams. I love LA Lakers, Dodgers, Rams.
You represent pretty good, man. I was born in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
For 6 months later, the reason why I was born there is my father.
Yeah.
My father had to drop off like 3 ounces of meth to some tweaker biker in Hell's Angels.
Bro. You live, see?
But so like, my father was a patch holder of Hell's Angels, and then
tell me that.
My mother was.
Can you talk about that, or are they gonna come and shoot us?
Are
they gonna kick down our door like shut your mouth?
One of these days, my father will come in here and sit down, and I'll have an interview, like a really long. And I'm actually helping him right now, where he's speaking into a voice recorder, and he's writing his book, and then I'm typing it for him.
Is that even legal? I thought 1%ers can't. He's a 1%er, right?
Yeah.
Can they talk? I thought they couldn't talk about.
He went through so much, and then he did 15 years, so now he's just a whole different person.
So he did 15 years without snitching, so the game, they respect him.
He's just doing his thing now.
Yeah, so he didn't snitch on no one, so they probably respect him.
And so the way I grew up was like,
that's dope.
I experienced biker gang, cartel gang, and drugs,
the rap game,
and I was just a product of that society.
That's crazy, boy band.
But I also grew up with the heart of soul. The heart, because my mom, at the moment I was born, my mom was immediately bumping like Tupac, Nas.
That's crazy.
She tells me stories when she was 17. She used to be in alleyways with all these fucking El Caminos just parked up in the alley, bumping Bone Thugs, and then some random dude with an afro would pop the CD in. You know who this guy is, and then boom, Mike Jones, or you know who this guy, boom, Bone Thugs and Harmony, fucking. Or
this is in Wisconsin?
No, this is here in Arizona.
Okay.
So they were only in Wisconsin for like 5 months to drop off the pack, and then boom, I was born.
Yeah.
And then they came back to AZ.
Yeah.
And so like I was just there because my mom and dad had to drop off a fucking pack to some biker dude, and then boom, I had to have me, and then came back to AZ. So like while
That's
my
so
mom
dope.
was pregnant, they were just making moves. Crazy shit.
So when you edit all this stuff together, it's gonna look so crazy.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
gonna
title's
look so
gonna be
crazy.
like Tupac fucking da 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 fucking.
It's gonna be so fucking crazy. It's gonna be. I mean,
Yeah,
it's gonna be so
lit.
crazy. So I'll definitely give Drama Wire.
I think we should drop it Sunday. We'll drop
Whatever.
it Sunday. That way, it gives us a couple of days to edit it.
I'll edit
gives you a little bit of time to send some stuff.
So
away.
I'm supposed to go to. I don't think I'm gonna. I want to go to Amsterdam. I don't think I want to. I mean, fuck, I can do it.
Bro, just literally
Just
what I
go
would
to
do,
2 days.
Just go enjoy the moment in Germany with your son.
Yeah.
And then
Come
even
back
if it's
2
just
days.
for a day, go get some pussy, bro. Like, go have some fun.
But no, my son's not like that. My son, my son has a girlfriend, so he's not. He's in chase.
Are you gonna take him to Amsterdam with you?
Oh, he can't go to Amsterdam.
Then just go do your thing, bro. He'll
So-
understand. But also, don't bail him out. Don't bail on him.
Yeah, okay. So I'll go to Germany for like 2 or 3 days. Come back.
And then go have fun.
Then go to fucking yeah.
And then come back and fucking throw newspapers.
it'll happen, bro.
What do you get to cover for you when you go out and have
I get brandy. I got brandy, and what's name would Bill do it for me? God, my route's not big. I got brandy and Rich.
So what do you do? Do you talk to them personally?
They said they'll do it. They said they got me.
That's so cool.
They said they got me. I talked to Brandy. I told Brandy I would leave her my car, but I don't know if I'm going to do that now because just I hear her talking sometimes.
You're kind of
then her
second
kids-
guessing it a little bit.
I mean, I don't give a shit. Like, I mean, if I could just leave it at her house because I need a ride to the airport, and I just want my car to be there. I want someone to pick me up from the airport. So
When are you going to be back from the airport?
if I go, because I was just going to go from work and just go and just late night flight.
Right.
I was going to go to Detroit and then meet my son in Germany. My son's going to be somewhere else, but I'm going to meet him. I was just going to meet him in Germany.
That's a lot of info, yeah.
So, and then hang out with them for like 2 or 3 days. Then I can come home and go back to work. So I don't know if I should leave my car with Brandy because, I just heard her say stuff about, I said I was going to hurt her.
She's a cool, Brandy's a cool chick. You could tell that she got some loose screws in that.
Does her daughter like you? Your little daughter's a cutie, the little young girl.
I could already tell she keeps looking at me.
Yeah, she's a little cutie.
She's very beautiful, but I could
Trouble.
one of these dudes walked up to me the other night and was like, "Why aren't you like acknowledging her or any of the other chicks?"
Yeah, she's a cutie.
And that's literally the game I just gave you earlier. Is like you're not supposed to acknowledge chicks.
Yeah.
Because say she's younger than 18.
Yeah.
And then I try to say something. What does that make me look like?
Brandy's like 19 or 20. Not Brandy. I mean, her daughter. She's a little cute. She's funny.
But you know what I'm saying though? Like, say I'm 24, right?
Yeah.
And say she's 17, and I'm like, hey, beautiful. Like not only that, how many dudes a day tell this one chick, hey, beautiful, and try to get her attention?
I don't think she's.
So like that's what makes me different. Is like, nah,
don't give a fuck. Yeah.
I'm gonna make her come to me and try to bump into me or
Yeah,
make
she's-
her
she's-
fucking. And that's what happened with that one chick.
Yeah.
She went outside of the box to
Box
get
to
some
get some,
random
yeah.
dude to come over here just so she can get dick down from me.
Yeah.
Who's 15 years younger than her. And then 3 weeks later, fucking turned out and said, "I don't want you, bitch. You crazy. You texted me way too much.
You said she would wait
I ain't
for
got
you.
time for this."
She said she'll wait for you. I just remember everyone just being jealous, but acting like they
I
weren't.
treated her like a hoe, bro.
I just remember it was so funny. I never hated her. I was like, damn, that lucky bastard. I think I even told you, lucky motherfucker.
Bro, and you know what? Like,
Because I wanted to hit, bro. I don't give a shit what they were
she
saying.
wanted it all, bro.
I didn't give a fuck what they were saying. Oh, she's a hoe. She has this. She has. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Y'all still want to fuck. I want to fuck. You want to fuck.
You know what turned me off though is once I found out, because I was already fucking her, I was already doing all the nasty shit.
Yeah.
But once I found out that John, you know John?
Yeah.
John already had the biggest crush on her. John loved her. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. John stopped talking to her.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, John stopped talking to her.
And she didn't tell me that. And she knew that me and John were boys, just like how me and you are.
Did John stop talking to you at the point? Or because John stopped talking to her?
John told me.
Yeah.
John told me what the deal was, and I was like, oh shit.
Did he tell you?
While I was in the middle of getting my wisdom teeth pulled and I have cancer in my nut.
So wait a minute. So John told you that he was in love with her?
John was like, hey bro, I need to talk to you. And I was like, all right, of course, my nigga, what's up?
Yeah.
And he was just like, bro, like, me and her been fucking, taking pictures, doing all this stuff, and all.
So he showed you the new pictures,
bro. And I was like,
so you saw the new pictures.
Yeah. And I looked at her and I told her, I was like, how come you didn't tell me you and John were a thing or any of that stuff? And she was like, we used to be, and he's old and makes me gross, and we're just friends. And I looked at her dead in her eyes, and I was like, I don't think you understand. I can't fuck you while you were just fucking him. Like, that shit don't work. Or like, I could do that, but we're not going to be in a relationship. I'm not going to give you none of my heart.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to experience any of that lovey-dovey shit.
You didn't even tell me, and we're working together. That's crazy.
So, but this is what happened is she was already like wanting a relationship with me after all of this. And so I was like, I don't want to, you're 15 years older than me. You want a relationship with me. And I already told you that I can't give you any of that attention because you're fucking me and John. Yeah. So like, what? I'm going to be a fucking fool to try to fucking want to date somebody that's fucking the whole neighborhood.
And she also sent pictures to
right.
And then you heard about, she sent pictures to
she's
like
20 years older than me, fucking everybody. And I'm going to go let her meet my mom? What the fuck?
I hear you.